Good morning, my good people of YouTube. This is your friend and sponsor, Michael Hayes of the Living Legacy Group. Just being so happy and grateful that I'm able to be with you today. I know I've been gone for the long weekend and just preparing things for an exciting week of trading, and we're going to just take it one day at a time. There is a lot of news going on in the Bitcoin world. Still, people are asking questions. Still, people really don't know uh, what it is, Bitcoin, what Bitcoin actually is, and how it's going to be incorporated into the future. So just like anything over time, uh, there's going to be something that's going to impact you in your life and what you need to know about the future of cryptocurrencies and how they will impact you in, possibly and possibly take care of you and your family and leave a legacy for your next kids' generations to come. All right. So, welcome everybody. Please leave your name, where you're from in the chat, and we'll get started here. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, so I'm getting started a little early. So, just sit back and relax. We're going to have some Trader TV Live. We're still going to be looking at things on the charts. Over the weekend and what type of impacts we've had. We did have some good outcomes. We did have some bad outcomes, but that is a part of trading. And we are going to get prepared for these live events that I'll be throwing in Detroit. Don't really have a specific location. We might hold it here at my home office, depending on the schedule of the meeting rooms that we do have available. So, just to do a little housekeeping, the Living Legacy Group is a network marketing company. And what I do is I offer a trading service, and all of the earnings that I accumulate is through affiliate marketing and in or donations, ebooks, live trainings, and etc. The Living Legacy Group is not responsible for any gains, lost, or earned income. So, this whole purpose of me launching this group is for educational purposes and uses only. Please seek all legal and financial advice from those authoritative figures. The Living Legacy Group is a private group. It does subject to yearly and monthly dues for educational and admin purposes. Here at the Living Legacy Group, our mission statement is live the legacy and leave back generational wealth. And just as any other company or club, we have rules, terms, and regulations to adhere to. So we are not a Ponzi scheme. This is just a opportunity to be involved in a network marketing opportunity that does involve affiliate marketing. So no one is actually on top of anyone. No one's seeking to gain anything other than to educate each other on this journey. And each and every thing that is broadcasted or that is given to you is a part of the Living Legacy Group and its actual use in this group and how we promote these things. So, just to give you a little insight on what we do promote, we promote a your first crypto IRA funded program through iTrust Capital. You'll see many commercials on iTrust Capital, and we offer their services through the Living Legacy in the link that you'll find in the description. Also, in order for us to get this added edge in income, we don't want to say, I don't really want to say gains, because it's a part of an investment in yourself. You learn this skill, and then you use this skill to give yourself an edge to adding income to your either IRA or to your bottom line, and that's trading on the Pocket Options platform. This platform is free to join. It does cost something to be active in the trading platform, but it's not as high as most of the trading platforms that I have looked at. So we're still looking at other trading platforms like Webull and Crypto.com. I know that in order for me to educate you so you feel secure in owning Bitcoin and securing Bitcoin, we offer our education on Coinbase authorized platforms. These platforms have been in circulation or been on the open market since the early 2000s, and you can always research these things through Yahoo Finance, which I often play on the channel, through YouTube, which is also commercialized with products from iTrust Capital. And then I show you how to incorporate these things so you can have a set it and forget it thing. We're not accumulating Bitcoin to sell it. We're accumulating Bitcoin to hold it. Now, later on in the program, you're going to find out why we want to hold the Bitcoin but trade the markets, and then the added earned income that we accumulate through trading, we then take that and we convert it into, well, it's going to be converted into Bitcoin anyways, but we convert it into that self-trusted IRA through iTrust Capital. And I'll show you how you can take those earnings and not just trade them in Bitcoin, but we're going to trade them in other cryptocurrency tokens, stable coins, and other things like that. So also, another product that we do advertise is called the Engrave Zero. And I'm going to open my Zero. Now, when I was in my, early stages of owning Bitcoin, there was a lot of things that I didn't know about Bitcoin. And I'm going to tell you, I was one of those victims of a scam. And I had no way to protect my Bitcoin because I left my Bitcoin in the custody of someone else on their platform as a secured income generating tool. So after losing Ethereum and Bitcoin, I decided to invest into the company called Engrave. So this is a cold storage wallet. So that means that even though Coinbase is a secured authorized cold storage unit, it still has regulations. It can still be seized. It can still be frozen. All of those things that we don't do. some people may not understand, and something might end up happening. You forget your keys, all of these things, and you have no access to your coins. So that's why I promote the Engrave Zero. So that way, when you keep your coins are with you. They're with you forever. They're not open NFT. They're not, or NFC. Am I saying it right? NFT. There's no Bluetooth. None of that. It's all connected here through you and the app on the phone. And the only way you can do your transactions in securing your coins is to get your coins on your phone through the app and then transferring them to your cold storage wallet, and then you can put that wallet anywhere you want. Now, the wallet is a device that is not a toy. This is a close to a $500 unit, but we can look at how we can use our affiliate link that we get once we. I don't even think you need to purchase it, but if you get an affiliate link through me, you can promote in the Engrave Zero, and then you can then achieve income through the referral program. So those are things that that I'm willing to teach you for free once you join us in the group. So with that being said, please thank you and welcome again this morning. We've got a real good packed a day, okay, because we're going to be live today starting at opening bell, and then we'll take a lunch and we'll come back at 1 p.m. and we'll continue the day with lessons from Oliver Velez. Guy is awesome. I listened to his a talk over the weekend that I'll be broadcasting, and what he's telling you, what he's just like me. He's willing to give you the information. He's actually willing to let you trade his money. So that's why I'm trying to build this group so we can actually be good enough to say, hey, Oliver, our group here in the Living Legacy group, we want an opportunity to trade your money and not risk our own capital. So we can learn how to do this, and we can, lock arms together. And it's not a thing that we have to do per se by ourselves, because I know how it is when you have some passion that is yearning to get out, and you just don't have the right inner circle of people that are willing to lock arms with you and say, okay, man, let's put our heads together. Let me show you what I know, and I see what you know, and let's put this thing together and actually have something that we can share, we can grow, we can kind of the trying to say the wealth gap is really, really big now. So let's try to at least shorten it by even holding a little bit of this asset that could potentially enhance and bring more out into you, because that will be working in the background for you, and you really don't have to worry about it or look at it in that aspect. All right, folks. Today we are going to be looking at the beginning of this 3-day session that I will be holding each and every day. And we will be looking at unlocking the power of Bitcoin in 2024. It's so, if I don't get this out, then I know I didn't do my job. But if I get this message across to you and you find yourself pondering these questions, because the future it's unknown. And I'm learning that through trading, because I'm predicting what really going on in the market and how I can follow these other predictions to give an edge to give an edge to my bottom line. Running a business is not just all collecting money. To run a business, you got to have steady cash flow. And if that cash flow has ceased or stopped in any way, things kind of tend to back up, and we don't want that to happen. Even if you're an employee or a manager of a business, um, you need that earned income to keep up with the rising costs of food and inflation and all of those things. So, hey, thanks for joining me again. And I will be back for more content for the opening show. So stay tuned. We will get some coffee, get yourself some coffee, get yourself some material. If you've not opened your Pocket Options account, go ahead and do that now. Please like and subscribe. Leave something into the comments so we can bring this into a discussion that maybe we can share our thoughts together. All right? So stay tuned, and we'll be back more for opening lines and credits, and we will see you soon. Oh, before I forget, okay, I want to thank my sponsor, P&D Uniforms. He is located in Detroit. This is my brother, my actual physical brother in his location, and it's about family support. He was enough to support me, so I have to support my family in all of their endeavors. That goes out to my cousin Frankie in the Bedazzled Jewels industry. She's on Facebook. You can find her, I think, Monday through Friday. I don't know. We'll get that information. So we'll get some information from her too, so we can then share her information with you, my good people, my good supporters of the Living Legacy Group. So this has been your sponsor, Michael Hayes. We'll be back after these messages, and we'll get started in today's session. Thanks.
You're Crypto IRAs are a smart way to invest in crypto, but can often seem confusing. They're actually quite simple when you just sit down and think about it. They're just like regular IRA retirement accounts. They provide tax benefits and help you invest for the future. But now they're made for the modern age, as they allow you to invest in your favorite cryptocurrencies while still keeping those same tax benefits. Here are the top 5 reasons why investors typically open a crypto IRA at iTrust Capital. Number 1. Tax benefits. When you buy or sell crypto on a regular exchange, you're subject to income tax or capital gains tax, depending on how long you held the asset for. This is where the power of the crypto IRA really shows itself. All transactions made inside of a crypto IRA are tax-free. In addition, unlike when trading on regular exchanges, you don't need to track and report on all of your transactions. Number 2, built-in cold storage security. One of the most important parts of crypto investing is storing the funds funds securely. If private keys get lost or stolen, those funds are gone forever. If you don't want to deal with having to create private keys, secure them, and manage them yourself, a crypto IRA is a great option for you. At iTrust Capital, we have built-in cold storage security from our partners at Coinbase Custody, the world's most trusted cold storage provider, so you can focus on crypto investing. Number 3, low fees. At iTrust Capital, we have surveyed the entire industry and have made it our mission to have the lowest fees. Other crypto IRA providers will charge up to 12% for you to purchase crypto, including adding hefty monthly fees as well. We charge just 1% per transaction with no sign-up fee and no monthly fees. Number 4, lots of options. Options, options, and more options. We strive to make sure our clients have access to their favorite cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Cardano, Polkadot, and many, many more. You can log into the platform and buy or sell anytime 24/7. We know that the industry moves fast and new exciting projects come out all the time. We're constantly updating our platform to provide a variety of opportunities for you to choose from. Number 5, customer experience. I hate talking to robots on the phone just as much as you do. It just feels like you're stuck in phone jail. We've made it easy for you to get in touch with our customer experience specialists who help guide you through the process of setting up your new account. In addition, existing clients also have access to the team to make sure that you always feel taken care of. Tax benefits, cold storage, low fees, tons of options, and amazing customer experience are just some of the benefits that iTrust Capital clients receive. To learn more, visit iTrustCapital.com.
Binance had about a $42 million hack.
In cryptocurrency exchange, Bithumb was hacked
We're not
for
talking
$19
about
million.
tens of thousands, we're talking about tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars being lost.
The 7,000 Bitcoin that were stolen from the hot wallet.
Today, holding cryptocurrencies is courageous. Tomorrow, it needs to be customary. It is time to build further on the minds that came before us. Never settle for less. It is here and now that you can take control of your money, control of your identity. Blockchain is just getting started. No more collusion of the centralized. Technology is nothing without the people. Nothing without the resonance of our everlasting disagreement with the status quo. To accelerate adoption, we need a revolution in empowerment, something more secure, something more convenient. This year, this month, this day, start truly owning what is yours with Engrave.
44,000 Ethereum. That's how much my previous project was hacked for.
As you know, this is not the only case.
That's why we created Engrave.
Our mission is to empower you to truly own your cryptocurrencies in a secure and intuitive way. Unlike traditional hardware wallets that still need a connection, imagine one where all connectivity is removed.
No Wi-Fi, no NFC, no Bluetooth, no USB.
We did it, and we call it the Engrave Zero.
We removed all online vulnerabilities. Your keys are never exposed, ever.
Even if someone gets their hands on your Zero, the device is designed to detect any intrusion, and it will wipe all the keys.
We developed our solution with world-leading institutions, and our secure firmware has earned a certification higher than banks. That's how serious we take security.
Transactions are made swift and simple using our mobile app and QR codes. Scan a transaction request, verify and sign it offline, and send the signed transaction back to the blockchain. Your phone has zero information on your private keys.
But it doesn't stop there. If you lose your hardware wallet, you need a timeless backup. Therefore, we created the Engrave Graphene. No more paper wallets. From now on, you can recover your keys from our stainless steel encrypted puzzle.
Le produit Engrave, c'est la solution pour garder vos tokens et votre crypto-monnaie dans un lieu sûr.
To ensure a great customer experience, we involved the end user throughout the entire process. Because of our journey, we deeply understand the need for quality assurance, which is why we make our products in Belgium, the heart of Europe.
Back us today and become part of Batch Zero. It is your crypto. Start truly owning what is yours.
Welcome to P&D Uniforms and Accessories, where we treat all of our customers just like family. Your one-stop shop for all things uniforms. We carry a wide selection of top-quality uniforms from school to medical scrubs, plus church and choir gear. P&D Uniforms and Accessories have been in business for over 15 years. We are centrally located at 20936 Kelly Road in East Point, Michigan. Open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Give us a call today, 586-777-3801. P&D Uniforms.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to have a real good time today, getting educated, being prepared. The Bitcoin halving is coming, and it's going to actually impact everything in the Bitcoin arena. And I'm just here to show you and to tell you, because once it does happen, and once y'all don't see me, no, I'm just kidding. You'll always see me. You always see me. But I want you to be a part of this group so we can actually start forming vacations and trips and live events all over the world. How would you like to do that? I would like to do that. I know I would. I was thinking, hey, what would it be like to say, hey guys, let's go to Tahiti, or let's go to Paris, or wherever. It doesn't matter. We can even go down the street to the IHOP and get some pancakes. All right. Thanks for joining today. We're going to get right over to the charts. We're going to get into the overview, and we're going to move this guy. Probably something I want to hear, but we're going to try to move him today. So all of the links that you find here in the Living Legacy group are found in the description, and the information is free. That's why we offer these things to you, so that way you can do your own due diligence and just take a look. So we're going to open up the screen here, and this is one of our sources that we come to, and we research all of our information and what we need to know about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, what they are, ETFs, the whole 9 yards. It may seem complicated right now, but we're going to break it down so simple that even a 12-year-old or even an 8-year-old. I'm gonna try this. I'm going to break it down so fine and so minute. I'm gonna see if my 6-year-old granddaughter can understand what holding Bitcoin is going to do for her by the time she's 18, because I have my granddaughters, Mila and Emery. I've already made those guys accounts. I've already started putting in little bits of cryptocurrencies in those accounts. And we're going to leave those to the side on our Coinbase account. I'm going to show you how you can open up your grandkids a crypto wallet, and it'll be all under your authority. So that way you can add money or add cryptos in periodically, birthdays, whatever. And you can then show them the growth they'll have by the time they're 18. So they don't have to be financially bound to an education, a student loan, or anything like that. It's going to be all paid for because you took the time to learn. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, man. Dude, do not pass this opportunity up because it won't be as easy to get in as it is now, because the price will eventually get to the point where even if you're buying minute portions of the currencies, get it while it's low. I'm still accumulating while it's low. When it's down there, 30,000 or 38,000 where it hurt, I got some, and I'm watching it because I was able to, I'm 59 and a half, so I can get some of my contributions without the gains tax and do things, and then still have enough in there to watch it grow overnight. Man, it's really hard to explain, but here's the place where you come. It's called CoinMarketCap. And what you do is you click on, we're going to start you out on BTC, okay? Why we are doing this is because without this, none of this would be able to exist. Now, the performances may outperform, and we'll get into that discussion of performance in the currencies and in the tokens, and we're going to explain all that to you. But first, we got to get you to where you understand that it's not a scam. It's not for the underground. It's not used in all these certain things that you're hearing through the media. People, it's like playing telephone. Remember that game? You whisper it in somebody's ear, and by the time it goes around the circle and it comes back to you, it's nothing that you said. So it's the same thing, but we're going to try to make sure that we get you the right information. You're armed with the right things so that you can, if you don't feel comfortable in sharing it, hey, you don't have to share it at all. But at least know what people are talking about. OpenAI is just now, people are just now grasping the power in this OpenAI. There's some people are fearful in the OpenAI, but it's all about knowing. It's all about education, guys. It's not about gaining the money right now, okay? If you're anywhere near 25, 26, you're just now starting how to gain and earn your income through working your job. And you've got to learn that you have to adapt whether you want to be there or not until you take the step in entrepreneurship and trying to find out what you can add as a creator to the internet to be profitable. I mean, people are making money. They're making thousands. Why do you think I'm here? I've worked. I've did that. I've had 401ks. I've stayed with companies. I've worked third shift, first shift. I've done it. I've been there. You know, that's why I'm trying to give you just a little bit of leverage, give you an edge. It might not be in stocks or anything that I'm teaching, but maybe it's in the message. You know, I have friends that are in all sorts of businesses, and I'm willing to share my insight on how they can get started on their dream, because maybe they don't have the time to do all the research that I've been doing over the past five. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a little boy, but the things that I am not afraid to do, maybe they just not ready yet. I don't know. But come to me, ask me. I'm willing to give it to you for free. You know, we do need your support to keep the broadcast going. We do need your support in buying materials and educating. My goal is to, over the summer, to have a group of kid traders that will be able to trade the markets, that will know about Tesla. They'll not just know the cryptocurrencies, the currencies of their future, but to know about the Fords and the GMs and the stocks, the Teslas, the Amazons. They can actually own small portions of these companies through avenues of Robinhood and Coinbase and all of these things that I'm willing to share, because they're not things that you got to physically go out and bust your hump. Although it is busting my hump sitting in this chair, because I'm used to going out and doing my things. And you'll find that sometimes I may not be behind this chair because I am out there in the field, because I own a second business. So this is what we're trying to incorporate into your learning of what we call MSIs. And I will go through that later on in the Living Legacy Group. And that MSI is multiple streams of income. You know, a household usually has, you know, if anybody is over 18 and they're still in a family environment, we still have to have jobs to support each other. You know, I believe in the compound, you know, effect. You'll find my friends that are in the Middle East, families, they have compounds, man. They're so cool, because even though, you know, one of the families that started it in Ann Arbor were the Esau's, they bought the land and they just put little homes behind their compound. They're a multi-million-dollar family that have multiple businesses in Ann Arbor. And I grew up with them, and I watched them grow. Matter of fact, we, you know, Esau, one of my good friends, I don't know if he's around, but I'm going to try to look him up and maybe get him on the show. Also, if there's anything that you would like to promote here on the Living Legacy Group, drop me an email. Hey, come on, I can have you as a guest on the Zoom platform, and we can share your information, and you can share with the public what you do and all your things. And you know, let's build a community that's helping us, you know, grow as a family, looking after our family, because we're going to get to a point where we're going to need our family to look after us in our elder years. And I'm talking 80, 90, 100. We're going to, you know, some of us will live to 100. That's no problem, because of the fact that we've come into all of these sciences about longevity. And, you know, I'll be grateful to see the 90s, but I want y'all to take care of me, man. I don't want people to be struggling. That's why I'm setting this platform. I'm building this foundation so that you can be ready to support me when I'm, 90 years old and I'm not able to get them. Well, hopefully, Bob Proctor did it until he went on to transition his life. So hopefully, I can live up to the aspects of what he has done and the impact that Bob Proctor has done in my life. That's why you'll hear me, Bob Proctor, Eric Worre, Les Brown. You'll hear me with meditation therapists like Patty Qualia and some of her mentors. And this is what we're building, you guys. Can you feel it? Can you kind of feel it? Do I need to put the song on, or because I'll put the song on? You know what the song is, but a lot of people don't get that song. So we'll wait until the time is right where we can feel that anything and everything we do, we win in life. Don't look at as anything that you're doing right now that's not really working as losing, because you're not really losing. You're gaining an education on what's not working. And that's why God gave you these inner talents to come out and create whatever you want, man. I'm telling you. Stay tuned. I'm going to get off my high horse and get back to the news at hand. So we're going to look at the next website, and that's called, here we go, Cointelegraph. And what do you see right here? The Engrave Zero. We've seen that quick snippet of the Engrave Zero. Folks, there you go. Only 6 out of 45 crypto wallet brands have been undergone penetration tests and stuff like that. So, like I said before, do your due diligence. There are a lot of things you need to be aware of. There's a book that I suggest that you go out and get. If you're out and about, go out and get this book here. It's called The Crypto Book. It's by Sam Kidd. It's a good read to tell you what all crypto stuff is, where the industry is going, how will it positively change your life, the pitfalls to look out for, the eras of everyday newbie mistakes, and then the importance of how to play it safe in the markets. Now, I'm not telling you that this is something to get rich overnight, but I'm telling you, you can get rich real quick. But having the education on how to manage these things, man, it's still a part of what I'm learning about having to manage the cryptos correctly, how to manage your trades. All of this you'll find here at the Living Legacy Group. So thanks again. All right, what else is next, Mike? It is 8:41, so we're going to jump right into Trader TV Live. My friends over here, and we're going to see what their morning markets update looks like. So I will just mute myself and my music. And here we go.
Price cuts, margin decreasing, EV names not popular or not in the spotlight right now. I guess we just wait for Model 2 or whatever that smaller model is, and then we get ramped up on some sort of catalyst. But right now, I trade off catalysts, so obviously today would have to be a short. With the market being up and Tesla down 1.75%, I feel that it is a short. And I said, let's get this party started at 180, but we'll see if that happens here. We're starting 178 right now, so when we write the sticky note down, we're here. Now we're here. So we started from the top, now we're here. And yeah, I don't know, Neil. Are you looking to go long down there at 175?
So 175 was the level that turned yesterday. So that's if I'm long, it's that level, or when I look at the chart. Like 166 on the daily is what you go all the way back to like this close. Like it was sort of like a mini breakout, and then the acceleration at 166. And it also happens to be the trend line that's been holding for the back half of the year. So I think you can get there. That's where I feel like all signs are pointing to. But if Cathie Wood was buying, I think it's obvious that there was some support of the 175 level. That's about it today. If it breaks this, you got even dollar 170 and then that 166 level. I know for sure I'd be looking for long somewhere around that 66, but I'd take a shot at 175 first time through. When I sat down, I didn't really think we'd have a chance at the afternoon resistance levels because I was thinking shorts over 180 because it closed at 181 and this resistance was 182. So I feel like that entire $2 range is kind of a go zone, which makes it a little bit tricky. However, there's always Rivian. And I'm missing a bit of data. It shouldn't matter too much. Rivian got punked yesterday, but you can see it made a bit of a wick top there at 15.20, so it's still battling the 15 level. If Rivian lets go of the 15 level, like who cares? You can just short that. 14.5 is this wick bottom. So either shorting it at like the 15 quarter on a pop and fade, if it breaks that, wait for 16. But if things get out of hand in the EV space, let's not forget this support, which has been there for a while on Rivian. It could get taken out at 14.5. Like you can't put Tesla in a penalty box and be like everything is fine with Rivian or any of the other smaller EV names. Although on that note, on my way to a hike with the family over the weekend, I'm driving. I didn't even pay. I wasn't even noticing this. The guy pulls in front of me, and my wife's like, "VinFast." I'm like, what? I'm like, oh yeah. They're just, and then I was like rattling off as if I knew anything about it. But yeah, there are other EVs on the road. That said, they're all getting hurt. Like unless you're a Chinese EV company today, you're probably staring down and looking at a decent loss overnight. Unless you are Li Auto, NIO, and XPeng, which is up because of China. Everybody else, Rivian's flat, but I think you're looking at penalty box until it says otherwise.
Like I mean, we were just saying the same. 3.5 million right now in volume on NIO. Very active, 5% already to the upside. Here's another one struggling this morning. Mentioned it right at 8:30 there. $50 trying to hold here, but yeah, DocuSign cutting their workforce by 6%, and announced some other cost-cutting measures throughout. I mean, if you go back, what was it, a week ago? Yeah, it was $64, $65 for this thing. We're all the way back to 50. This thing does not typically move with what you would think. I mean, we were just talking about the fact that typically cost cutting and job cuts and things like that, you see a nice pop to the upside, but not today.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, obviously something peculiar about this name, having the market second guess, perhaps buying in the face of employee cuts here. It's going to be about 6% of their workforce, which is about 440 employees. They employ about 7,300 people. They're blaming the cuts on financial and operational efficiency. It's mostly going to be workers from within the marketing and sales team, Brendo. So we'll have to see how it does. It's had a tough 2024.
Yeah, even just zooming out the past 3 days or so, 4 days on a higher time frame, the March lower continuing, guys, for Docu.
No, I tend to think he's drinking the coffee out of a straw. Okay, no, it's, look, man, what? It stayed on the shot, and then I saw what you guys saw there. I went to, start in, and I saw the coffee out of the straw. It's fine. It just caught me off guard a little bit, that's all. The DocuSign's at the 200 period moving average. You can say, okay, the deal, blah, 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 the deal stalled and all that stuff, but, at some point, why wouldn't it just trade on A, on its own value, B, on the opportunity, on the idea that, hey, if somebody liked it as a purchase and thought it was value before, like why wouldn't they still at some other valuation? Now, let's be real, this was down in the mid 40s, I want to say, when it really broke out on that spec, and you're going to tell me we're bouncing off 50? If this thing even gets to the mid 40s, it's gone down 10%. Which puts it in the SSR bounce zone. And this is the prime situation for a stock to go down 10% and bounce if it got SSR. Actually held SSR, because I'm pretty sure it did it yesterday. Although it doesn't say continuation for me. I'll have to double check on my scanner for that. But I'd be looking for a bounce somewhere in DocuSign. And that generally for me on a bigger, better well-known name, starts at that 200 period. So if we can hold 50 at the open, great. The better level that I really like is when all this volume kicked off, and you can see it right here. It was like December the 8th. You had just spent time at 46, 47. That's the go zone for me. It gets down to that price, looking longs. I'd even consider whether or not it's worth a spec play in the long term at that price. Like, I mean, you're going to come all the way back down to like the pre-deal speculation prices on a company like this. I don't see why it's not worth a bit of a shot there. But first look would be maybe 50 at the open. The problem with that is, I mean, Palantir and NVIDIA, Intel are all going to be in play at the open, so might have to wait this one out. I kind of half hope it goes down to 46, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so again, this is another name, DocuSign, that we had talked about again on the podcast, and I actually really like this for the buyout. But you got that news that hit, what was it, Friday or something, about the value, and it went down, I think it must have been into this 56, 58 area. I remember, well, we can go back and look on the chart and see when exactly that news hit. I think it must have been right here, I would guess. Was it on, what day is that, the 5th? Was it just on Friday? Maybe it was just on Friday, actually, yeah. So someone got wind, obviously, that this deal was not happening. So we had talked about, I thought DocuSign was going to get bought out. I really like the business. So we thought that we could buy it against some of these bottoms, 60, even 55 down here when you're looking at a daily chart. But I actually talked about this again there on the podcast, that what happens when a stock, and me and Brendan laughed about it, like when iRobot wasn't bought out. No one cares about iRobot really for Amazon. And we saw that thing fall lower than where it was before the deal news. I don't think that happens to DocuSign. So Neil was mentioning, what, 45? What did you say? 40s?
46 is the for sure zone.
Yeah, so that's exactly right. So I feel like the same thing. If DocuSign, again, remember we had a monster, so you have to always consider the monster move up in the market anyways. So DocuSign was going here anyways. So I feel like where they started to get probably buyout rumors was probably in here, 44, 45. And then when the public knows about it, probably a few days later. So yeah, I would say I actually want to buy this name. So let's see if we do get a whoosh down. And remember when job cuts used to be a good thing? Well, now it's down 6%. And again, I just feel like that's FOMO of people exiting their positions, hoping to have gotten bought out. That's not happening. So I would say if you're in it for that trade, probably sell now, but I do feel like you could get another 10% down. But you know what? I mean, if you like the stock and you're going to buy more 10% from here, unless you're in it a lot of money, I'm not sure the right decision would be to sell now. I mean, I feel like now you analyze it away from the buyout. And when are earnings on DocuSign? Let's just see this. So I just put Roblox on the sticky note today because their earnings are Wednesday, and they're not until March 7th. So yeah, maybe let this thing settle down a bit. It's DocuSign, and too bad for shareholders that deal didn't go through. But at least when you heard about it here live on the show, the stock was around 56, maybe 54 bucks. So there, today's move really sucks, down 5%. So unfortunately, now there's news outside of the buyout, so it starts to go down. It's interesting that Bitcoin's holding 42.8 right now as well. I feel like I don't know if there's going to be a dip buy in BTC at all. Like, it's not going. I thought when we broke 43 that we'd get into that 37, 38 again. It looks like that whooshed down on the ETF announcement. Might be all you're getting from that. We just took another piece out right here just to give you guys an idea of Palantir. So, so far so good here on PLTR, up 20 points. 20 points, I always say that, 20%. And there it is, man. Nice little 20. Yeah, we'll take 1% there, 20 cents on 20 bucks. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, the iRobot podcast.
Yeah. Before we go back,
we should have an iRobot podcast.
I want to get to it. I answered this question in the chat for Kenny because Kenny said, first time watching, do they do live trading or just prep for the day? We do everything. we are prepping for the day, but if there's pre-market trades, we're going to trade. We trade live throughout the day. That's all the way until 4 o'clock, and then there's the aftermarket recap show, which goes over trades and goes over earnings, and pretty much everything in between. So you're in the right spot there, Kenny. Just want to let you know. And if it's your first time, enjoy it. Have some fun. It's a great community. Ask questions. That's what we're here for. Palantir is in play. There was a seller at 20s, and when I say there was a seller, it was just, you can look at the level too. Like every level is a few thousand shares. Once a couple people put like 10,000, it tends to stall out there for a couple of minutes and then go higher. So I think Palantir, if it fails 20, I think the dip could easily get to like 19 quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if it failed 20 at the open. So I'm not holding a 20 breakout long to 19 even. But I would look for longs again at some point in a dip if it fails 20 here at the open. But it's going to be the volume, the relative volume leader. I mean, I suppose there could be something I'm not paying attention to, but I tend to think Palantir is going to be the relative volume leader today for most day traders.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything else that's going to beat it, but you never.
Well, what is NEO doing? Hold on a second. There could be only because of China, right? No, 3 million for NEO, 12 million. Oh my God, I saw 467 here, so that's a New York book, and I was like, what?
No.
It's below 5?
Remember when you used to be able to have quotes like that?
Why is NEO not up anything? I thought we had good China stimulus.
We did.
Okay. All right, back over to the desk. What's up, bro, Ponzi Fonzie?
You can fly to England in an hour. That would be great. Just be aware, there's this little teeny tiny one, therapeutics company, 10x, TNX, quick double, in 15 minutes or so, 9 to 18. This is about 300,000 shares. So tread carefully, to say the least. It's 291,000 free float on this. There is a positive patent headline as well, but it's more about the float. Let's get some upgrades and downgrades. Adara has some analyst moves for you over at the screen.
One of the many Chinese ADRs on watch today, Li Auto getting an upgrade, but a price target decrease from Deutsche Bank. Palantir, after its stellar earnings report, getting an upgrade here from Jefferies. Again, we know this one trading much higher after those earnings here as well. Caterpillar, another recent earnings name, getting an upgrade here from TD Cowen, and Costco getting an upgrade from Telsey Advisory Group. For downgrade, some other recent earnings names on the horizon here, starting with McDonald's, BTIG Research giving this one a downgrade. Plug Power also getting a downgrade from Seaport Research here. Tesla after price target decrease from Piper Sandler yesterday, today getting a downgrade from Daiwa Securities with a $195 price target. And last but not least, Chevron reported last Friday, now getting a downgrade from DZ Bank, guys.
Well, I mean, we actually, I think Sharif and I actually, was it today we were talking about, or I don't know who it was, we were talking about Costco. And it's just like, this name just, I don't know, I think it was this morning. And I was just like, I don't even remember the last time I bought this name or sold this name. And it just keeps on working. And then I said, like, it sucks because the only names I ever get in and out of are the names that just keep going up. But this, thankfully, is one that we actually, he's got a new haircut. His name is Randy.
Ooh,
and
sharp.
he's sharp as, you don't have to show that part. And he's sharp as usual. All right, how was that intro? Not bad, not the greatest.
That was good.
No, now you want the animation. You see what this guy's all about now?
Hit it.
Hit it. There it is, hey.
There we go.
He's got the V-neck. He likes the V-neck.
Clearly.
All right, cheers.
Here we go.
You see, you make the guy an animation, and the next thing you know, he's all about the animations. We actually had a, it's too bad you can't find, there's an animation of him driving like a Lambo. And
I remember
like
that.
A donut on
They're all,
the screen.
they are all somewhere. I don't know where. But.
Past is in the past. Very, very good.
But that's pretty cool.
And in the past, Ramin wasn't here, but she's here today. So that's fantastic. What's up, Ramin? Glad to have her back in the building again, as per usual. Ramin, your family have a Costco card? Yeah? All right.
I'm pretty sure the only one that doesn't have a Costco.
These guys crack me up.
It's
And
just
Brendan, oh no, Brendan.
Hey, thanks for joining.
We've already
You have reached the Living Legacy Group channel. We're live. We are trading today. We're going to be looking at some stocks and some cryptos.
No, Winnipeg. All right.
We used to have Sam when my pops was in Florida. My brother was there. We had Sam's, which is
Please leave your name, comments in the chat. See if there's something that you want to see on the charts.
Radar Steels and
Happy morning to you.
Costco anyway. I don't think Sam's is there anymore, to be honest. Not that I'm ever out. But
all right. So, anyways, yeah,
it's Costco you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, just stay.
Markets don't open for another another hour or a half hour.
I just wanted to, again, March 7th. You know, the spread is too big. We don't really trade it. But I remember the last time we had Costco earnings, I think it was right here and it was breaking 660. And we're just like, oh, take 660 in the pre-market. I think you guys might remember that. And it went like $10 and we didn't have it. And then everyone was like, oh, you guys love Costco. And it's just like, since then, it's just, this is what it is. So honestly, I was too distracted singing songs about Randy and all that stuff. So I didn't even catch any other names.
All right. So we're gonna mute those guys for a minute. Excuse me. I didn't mean to cough into the microphone like that. But listen, we're going to take a look at our coin here. We have been trading Bitcoin to accumulate Bitcoin. But in the process of doing so, we learned that if we had a coin or a token that had a better spread, we were looking at gaining more in that token and then building the account from a small amount. Now, I've grown my account twice in a row. We've gone from a small amount to about $1,000, and we have been accumulating that. So we're starting over again. We're starting with a small amount, so that way I can show you that even if you've got, I would suggest starting with $250 to $500. It gives you a better leverage. But listen, if you don't have that and you just want to put your toe in the water, open up a demo account. They're free. And then maybe graduate to owning or opening a live account. Fund the account. Let me show you what I did was, okay, you fund the account with about $65. So I always give myself $100, $95, and I will take it. And there are 3 or 4 parts here to the Pocket Options platform. Let me get some things out of the way. We're going to have to straighten out some things too, it looks like. So let me show you. I'm going to open up the screen here. This is the Pocket Options platform. This platform is free. You can pick it up in the link in the description below. But what we do is we go to what we call the Quick Trade Real account. So let me explain something with Pocket Options. It is a options platform. What options mean is that you can make trades on the option of time. And these times are broken down into 5 seconds to 4 hours. So that means you can place your trade to close within 5 seconds or 4 hours. So you're still making the right trades, but you're subject to that time frame. Put it to you that way. So this is what I started out trading in because I like the fact that I did swing trades. I did long-term investments. The Bitcoin is for a long-term investment. I did some Chevron. I did some NVIDIA. I did those as swing trades. That means you put your trade in and then you wait for it to either mature or come to its option at a certain time. On this platform, it's the only platform that I was able to find that I'm able to not only use the options technique on the Forex charts, so that means anything that is, let me explain this, okay? When you see OTC, that means over the counter. So that is not really pertaining to the live market runs that are happening as a set time. There are different time frames with Forex. There's different time frames with the stock market and indices and stuff like that. And there's a different time frame for cryptocurrencies. All of them run, like for example, Forex market, that runs Sunday from 6 p.m. to Friday to 6 p.m. Okay. The regular stock market opening bell is at 9:30. That then is Monday through Friday, closing bell at 4. Cryptocurrencies, they run 24/7, 365. They never stop. That's why I chose to educate and maybe teach about cryptocurrencies, because, what if there's a time where you can't get to trade because your work schedule? So we can kind of get you into the Forex market, but do you want to come in, late at night and then try to trade? You can do that. It's kind of a long, drawn out process. And I'm going to try to make it short, but there is a learning curve that you're going to have to adapt to. It's not hard, and it can seem easy, but it just takes time to learn the skill. Over the spring, who's going to learn how to golf if you've never golfed before? Who's going to learn how to do anything that you've never done before? At first, it might seem like crap, and it might not be what you're looking at in your future eye to see the outcome in. But as you practice and as you work on it, this is what we do to be professionals. I can't say more than just when you started your job, when you were that green employee coming out there, you had to be trained. There's some trainings that you had to go through. And by your 16th day, you're coming into a routine of how to do this thing that you're doing on your job, whether it be admin, whether it be construction, factory, bakery. All of these things take time and are a growing skill as us humans, progress to be the best at what we can be at. So that's what we are trying to do here, is learn these markets, learn that, hey, if I just took a little bit of Tesla and I just stuck it away and just use that as a swing trade, maybe I can listen to the news and buy it low and sell it high. And you get what I'm saying? So that's the only thing, man. I'm not asking for you to quit your job. I'm not asking you to change your lifestyle. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm asking you to invest in yourself and find out what it is that you're passionate about and that you can monetize. Because you know why? If you're at my age, man, you know a lot more than the next generation coming up. Because I know people that don't even still know how to use a manual can opener. Don't ask me. Or how to even address a envelope. And I don't mean like coming up to the envelope and say, "Hello, envelope. My name is Michael." No, to put an address and send it in the mail. We still do have snail mail. So it's not Amazon. It's the U.S. Postal Service. I just had to put that out there because I see some crazy videos on YouTube or on Facebook that just amazes me. But getting back to here. So on this platform, we have the options of currencies. That's the Forex market. We have the option of cryptocurrencies. That is Bitcoin and all of the tokens. We have the options of commodities. Commodities are oil, gas, silver, natural gas. We have all of these at our disposal. So that way you don't really have to get into, unless you have $10,000 to trade ED Ameritrade or Schwab or any of those guys. If you've got that, hey, go ahead and do that. But this is for the little guy. I just want to put my toe in the water. I just want to see what this buzz is about. And that's what it is that I'm doing here for you. I'm not looking to gain anything but your trust and your participation. If anything, go by and go to my YouTube channel and just like the dang on. If I put a post out on Facebook, just like the dang on thing. If that's too much, then we really have to reevaluate how we feel about each other as up and coming entrepreneurs. People that are out here seeking entrepreneurship. It's a long and tedious journey by yourself. And I know how it is to be by yourself. So getting back. So like we said, we had the commodities and we have the stocks. We have all of these stocks. They might be OTC, but there are some live stocks that will activate at opening bell. So we just have to wait for opening bell. But when you're looking at these things in the OTC market, it's the patterns that you're looking for. That's why Oliver goes over his lessons and he's repeating them. And it took the repetition for me to see what he was talking about. And now I'm not there, okay? But I have enough knowledge to share with you to get you started. So I can say, no, don't do it that way. Do it this way, because I did it that way. And I can tell you what happened to me when I did it that way. Get it? So we've got Apple, American Express, Apple, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's, Microsoft. These are all actual practice. I use them as practice OTC so we can get together on the weekends on our live workshops and you can practice on seeing what it takes to learn market strategies, to learn the market, to learn the rhythm of that stock, okay? Down here, we have indices. Indices are the NASDAQ 100, the European 25, the Nikkei, what do they call it? The Nikkei? The Japanese Nikkei 25. So that's the 25 companies, or 225. So that's 225 companies that are on the stock exchange, their stock exchange. So all of these do activate, and they are active OTC 24 hours. So you can practice, you can see. And if you see an opportunity that is live, when you're trading in pips, let me see if I can bring my QR, not the QR, but the image back up here. So when you look at this chart, you're looking at trading in pips. A pip is a set of numbers after the decimal of a whole number. So even though this says 0.01, that translates into each trade movement in a pip is 10 cents a move. So if you go 10 moves or 10 pips, that's 10 times 10 cents, which would give you what? $1. Now, the thing you have to remember is, even though you place your trades in the market, that 10 cents can go into the positive if you place a call trade, or it can go into the negative if you place a call trade. So just think of this. This is why we use stop losses, and I'm still learning to adapt to stop losses because I still have, you're going to get this fear of, damn, I don't want to lose. I just can't afford to lose. But Oliver teaches you how to lose professionally, to where you can say the market takes no more than said amount from me. And our object is not to get the market to take any more than what we've set as a maximum loss per trade. We're going to get into all of that. But what I'm trying to do is just give you an open overview on what you can do just by opening a free Pocket Options account. Get on here, press some buttons. It's not going to do anything. You can use an old email address if you feel that you'll be spammed, which they don't do. The only thing they do send you are the opening daily overviews and news from Pocket Options to tell you, what's going on and rate, news stuff. So all that's all they send you. They do send you, once you start using the MetaTrader 5 platform, they do send you daily, they call it daily overviews of your trades. So you can this is a professional thing, guys. This isn't a game, or, like Oliver's going to tell you, in some aspect, it is a sort of gambling, but look at all of the entities that are in this industry. They're over, I think it's over 700 trillion in the Forex market. There's over, I don't know how many trillion, was it 8 or 9 trillion dollars being moved in the crypto industry. All of these things you may not know of because you're working. And when you see it, it's like, dang, it seems like it's out of my league because it's using big numbers and I'm just making $50,000 a month or $50,000 a year or whatever the case may be. It's not, we've got it to the point where anybody can get involved in the markets. Anybody can trade. Anybody, if you can count to 2, like Oliver says, you can trade. Even if you're colorblind, you can trade, because when the stock market started with candles, they were black and white. Now they're all different colors. You can make them pink, blue, purple. It don't matter. Your preference. But what I am sharing with you is this open free platform that you can use every day to practice. Come here, practice with me. We can practice offline. We can practice as a group. It doesn't matter. We just need to get the education in on how we can even, I've got a friend, let me tell you, one of my good friends, he's definitely going to be a millionaire, I see, at the end of 2024. There's no doubt about it, because he has invested and he has his platform and his investments running by bots. I'm telling you, we're going to be getting into that later on, but we got to take the baby steps first before we can get into that. And maybe this summer we'll be able to share with you his techniques and what he's doing to accumulate financial freedom and stability through the cryptocurrencies and the crypto future that's coming through. So, all right. Thanks, guys, for being here. This is me, Michael Hayes, at the Living Legacy Group. And what we're going to do is, now that we've shown you a bit of the platform, we're going to go on to the finance side to show you how that you can deposit your money through a platform that I will be promoting too, because there's an offer of referrals, and that's this bank. Okay, this bank is called One United Bank. Okay, this is a African American based bank. Okay, I'm gonna see if you can get it, and maybe I'll put the if you want this you want to get and open they're free accounts. It works just like a debit card, but I've been able to connect this card into my Coinbase account to be able to purchase coins anytime. If you feel that you don't want to go through the bank, I can show you exactly how to obtain crypto through BTM machines. Hopefully we'll be getting a BTM machine in my brother's location, so that way you can simply go and create a wallet on your phone through Coinbase, and you just simply put money into the machine, and the BTC is then transferred to your Coinbase account, and there's no going through the bank. And I suggest you do go through the bank and do all your KYCs and get established, because it's it's for your security, so that you will be able to keep things in check. Plus, I wanted to offer you as a free gift. I'll have to pull mine out. Oh, this is kind of dirty. Let me grab a new one. Hold on one sec. All right, so today, just for your participation, leave your name in a comment and let me send you a 8 gigabyte memory stick. Now, this memory stick I give out to our members to keep their passcodes, their keywords from their wallets, instead of putting it on paper. If you can't afford to get a engrave, you can always keep your keywords on your memory stick, and you take this memory stick and you slip it in your computer and you transfer those keywords into the card, and you can take the card, and at least it's not paper. You can take this and you can store it somewhere safe. I keep mine on my persons. Not only can you use this for just your crypto keywords, but it's 8 gigabytes. So you can keep account information, anything that's important to you, medications, things like that. You can keep it on the card. You can have it with you, so that way anyone that you want to have access to those things, you can even keep your living will. If you have a will, why not keep it there, so you'll always have it and you'll be able to retrieve that. So leave your name in the comment and your email, and I will get one of these out to you for free. It's another free gift that I'm giving to you for your participation in today's broadcast. Now, this will be today only, so this is the 6th. Yeah, this is the 6th of February. So if you happen to check in on the 7th or the 8th or whenever, I'll still give it to you. I'm not going to limit it today, but just leave a comment in the description below, or not in the description. Leave a comment or go ahead and email me, and I'll get that right out to you. All right, so that's that. All right, what else, Mike? We're coming up on opening bell. We're going to get right back over here, but we wanted to still show you how to use and load your Bitcoin. So what you're going to do is you're going to press this button. We went to finance, and then depending on how much Bitcoin you're going to put on the market, you can put your dollar increment here. Now, Pocket Options, they do give you promotional gifts. So if, like, for example, if it's your first time, they will give you an option of on the options side. I'm not speaking on the MetaTrader side because I don't know if they give those promotions on that side. But when you open your account, they'll give you 50. Let's see. We're going to press this right here. So if you get up to $500, okay, you can receive $500 as a player, but you would have to invest the 500. So, right here, you can see it right here. So it's 150, 200, 300, and 500. In each one of these categories, there are promotions that you can get from me, and we will hook you right on up. But as you can see, to get started into here, I'm not going to go through it because we don't have enough time. We're going to try to get to the opening bell, matter of fact. But we'll come back to this section and we'll show you exactly what you need to do to get funded, get your account open. Like I said, you can start off as small as $65, and we only put a certain amount into the platform. So if we have a $65 account, then we are working in 0.01 pip increments. So that means that we're going to be making trades that are only going to be a dime. And our goal is to make 60 cents per 4 trades. So if you can see here, it says 60 cents equals 24 pips. That's $2.40. Let me get you at the point where you can make $2.40 on your trades. And then as you get good, we're going to come down and we're just going to up the pip, up your ante from 0.01 to 0.05 to 0.10. That's 10 cents, or that's actually 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, and $1. So that way, by the time I'm going to say 90 days. You gotta give it 90 days, man. You cannot come here and expect this thing to get you $1 million overnight. I won't have it. So you have to realize that we're going to give this a diligent 90 days, man. Our memberships start, a yearly membership here at the Living Legacy Group is $500 a year. We do have memberships for 90-day increments where you can pay 90 days, or if you just wanted to pay for the trading services, then that is going to be $50 a month. And that's where I teach you how to trade for $50, covering a month's worth of education. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to get right back over here to Trader TV Live. We just got to minimize some screens, and they're still open. Now, we do have a time delay, a time lag. You'll see it's 9:25 here, but it is going to take time for the markets on pocket options to open up. And we're going to take a look at some of the stocks that they're mentioning here on Trader TV Live, but we will be jumping back and forth to our cryptocurrencies that we are currently in positions. We do have right now 5 positions that are open. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Oh boy, we gotta figure this out. This is not cool because we had we just closed that Santos out because we figured it was not going to go up, and just as we thought, this is why we keep our eye on this thing. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. So we're going to now turn back on Trader TV Live.
Because you're right at these highs. 177, 17,800, right here. we could easily take that right off the open, and then there's no more space. The S&P is 1% away from all-time highs. The NASDAQ is something similar, I guess probably less than that. So, I mean, we're getting ready to go here, and honestly,
I've been waiting for this
Tesla
jump.
could go with it.
All last night I waited for this.
I think it's
And
gonna
I
be the
just
Model
closed
2.
it out,
So
not
for
thinking
now,
it was going to do it.
short until we break that 183. I'm going to be short Tesla. It's just a matter of let's get our patient cap going here with this name today and try to find some better opportunities early. But again, Tesla, a good one. DocuSign, by the way, broke 50 and is now at, what time is it? How much more do we have? Okay, just quickly on DocuSign here. Just broke 50. So that's going to be really
Wow.
interesting. I feel like a move back to
That
VWAP
was
is
that
probably
narrow
short
space. That
$51
narrow space right
here.
there.
As DocuSign gets a little
See,
bit
while
more
I'm
difficult
talking to you
with their
guys, we
jobs,
missed the dang on trade.
people away from their ad business or their sales team, which is not great. And also the dropout there of Bain Capital or something that was interested in the buyout there. So unfortunately, we got that news and broke it for you last week. It hovered around this $55, $56 mark, and now today it's getting rinsed downside a little bit. So yeah.
The real question is, what's going to break first? Is it going to be the 49 level or your body, DocuSign? I can't do a Bain impression. If I could do the Bain voice, I'd have done it that way for you guys. But Bain Capital dropping out and breaking the back of DocuSign. That's my pun. But I still like this at 46. And it's getting, the fact that it's getting closer to this, if it goes 10% down, I'm going to be looking for a potential bounce play on DocuSign. Almost no question. That doesn't mean it has to bounce, but the second it goes 10%, I'm going to be looking for signs of a curl and then trying to grab that long.
All right, I think it was last week, beginning of last week, we were talking about the worst day in 2 years for Chinese stocks in the Asian session. Last night was the best day in 2 years for Chinese stocks. So, yeah, volatility galore if you typically trade Hong Kong stocks right across the board. So, downside last week, we're back to the upside here right across the board for ADRs this morning. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a broken record, but guess what? There's more stimulus from the Chinese government coming.
Oh yeah, Brendo. They're really looking to strengthen their resolve to help prop up these slumping markets. Essentially, Xi Jinping coming out last night and saying that they're going to discuss Chinese stock markets with financial regulators. They are also moving to curb some more short selling to help more participation in the markets. We'll have to see how it does. ADR is up aggressively today. Do they hold on to their gains or do they sell off?
Yeah, it's actually the EV names, it looks like, anyways, that are hanging on to a little bit bigger gain than the rest. But there's Alibaba trying to turn back to the upside right now.
So one of the things that you always have to be wary of when it comes to these Chinese ADRs is when the gap to the upside, then fill in the gap move, where it bounces back down and you get a big sell-off and you like the news, you like the trend or the short-term trend, you try to go for the dip buy long and it rips the faces off. If you look at the close, I mean, come on, like 75 was a top in here, close 74.60. That gives you a shot at around that 75 for a dip buy. When you go to the daily chart, that'll show you the 76 level as previous resistance. That's two places you can go for the buy the dip. But there is also, I'm just going to show you one thing on the level 2 here, because this was here, hopefully it'll still be there. Oh, you can't see it. So anyways, at $78, there's a 100,000 share order at $78. And that was there early in the pre-market. Like at a time when this was $1.50 away on light volume. It was trading down here like 8 o'clock, and there was already somebody with 100,000 just sitting on ARCA super early for no apparent reason at that 78 level. And then you pop over to the daily chart. Oh, look at that. $78 is the local high. Look, I mean, obviously you have 20 breaking on Palantir, 78. Obviously, there's going to be size there. If that guy holds the order, that whatever. That
You can see that it's making a move to the downside.
That can be a potential breakout, but I'd rather go dip buy hunting, and I'm going to be back looking at Pinduoduo as well.
There's that QR code that you guys can use.
It did the flat bottom break at 136. That was kind of woodshedded. It has yet to break out this 130 top.
Oh, see, my marks are down here.
If this fills in the gap downside, I like this 124 to 125 where it was on Friday. Just sort of basing out the entire afternoon in a $1 range. I feel like if it gets back down to that price, why wouldn't it settle back in there on PDD. So looking for the dip buy in both of them, but keep an eye on that 78.
Hey, thanks for joining me this morning. Put your name and comments in the section in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, Alibaba yesterday was a hot dog kind of a trade. Oh man, now we're starting to go back up again. Ugh. All right, so yesterday we bought 72 at the bottom of the day there, and lucky enough to get that, man. I mean, we wrote down 72 on the sticky note. It actually ran us over immediately down to 71.80, but that was not enough. I'm not taking a 20-cent hit. Then we wound up holding all the way to the end of the day, man. So yesterday's trade was definitely a good one. So we'll give props to Alibaba. And we also bought some in our own account. I'm not tooting the horn there. I mean, we've made some bad buys as well. But I just felt like China at some point was going to capitulate to the downside. I don't even think that happened yet. So I'm a little bit nervous about going long on these bumps.
That would have been a $10 move.
Play a dip. I wrote down
I'm
here
flapping my gums. I missed a $10 move.
But again, you know, like this is 8:30. We're at 76.50. So I thought, you know, into yesterday's close.
5 minutes candle.
The market is strong.
5
So
minutes.
we continue to go upside here. So again, it looks like
We got
pullback
1
in
minute
VWAP is what
40.
it's all about. I hit BABA yesterday. We'll hit it today. But VWAP right now, I'm just going to pull it up on another chart here just to make sure, because again, sometimes some of these VWAPs, if there hasn't been a lot of volume, which there has been, sometimes our charts won't calculate it properly. 77.08, so it's right here right now, and it pretty much, yeah, it's a couple pennies higher than what's on our chart. So, all right, 77 and change for Alibaba. That's too close for a dip buy for me, so I won't be doing that. Let's look for 76, 76.50. Basically, I have Alibaba and Palantir, the only two names that I have up on my other screens here. So we'll continue to watch out for those two. It's 9:25 right now. We just got the bang warning that we have to go over. Palantir, big one for NEO, so no surprise there. Big one for Alibaba. These are all buys that are going to hit the market QD. So it looks like XPEV is there. A lot of Chinese names. But look at this. Google with a buy. Apple with a sell right here. We haven't even talked about these names. When's the last time, honestly, that at 9:26 we haven't talked about Google, Apple, Meta, or Microsoft, or NVIDIA, or AMD?
Wow.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to make a guess. The only time it happens is this particular day in earnings season. I bet you if you have to go back a quarter, and then it's when we have like Palantir earnings, and then we're looking at these other names because of earnings.
Or about to ruin it with NVIDIA, but 9:26. I feel like, boys, this is the latest it's ever been for Chip Talk.
It's true.
We're leaving the best for last. Why not? Yeah, let's get NVIDIA out of the way. Nothing real significant as far as news this morning. A couple of interesting notes. Shout out to our friends at Benzinga. If you want a discount on Benzinga Pro, in the description right now, go check it out. Growth of $1,000 investment in NVIDIA versus SOX, the Qs, and the SPY. This is since the beginning of the year. Tells the story, all you need to know.
Wow. It went to 7.09 and a quarter at around 4:30 a.m. this morning. Doesn't really mean much on light volume. Keep an eye on this one to hold 700. But there's another headline coming out here, and this time it's a collaboration with Cisco. It's supposed to be unveiled today. It's going to allow Cisco to integrate NVIDIA's AI-focused technology with its networking solutions. So keep your eye on both those names today.
CSCO didn't really do anything on that. I mean, it was we were just saying it was kind of a vague headline. There wasn't really much detail on that, but worth a note for today, 700, guys, the key.
Yeah, the fact that it's broken it so many times here, it's not necessarily the same significance at the open because it's been back and forth 10 times. I don't know, there's a lot of lead changes like you're looking at a quality NFL game. Hopefully we'll get one on Sunday.
It will be.
No, I think it will be, but just nothing worse than a Super Bowl that gets out of hand. But if there's going to be a dip off the 700 level, I think the first place I look is the mid-80s. And it could be 83, it could be 85. Just once you do any kind of a wick bottom in that range, that's going to come into play for me. It just feels like, you know, if we were going to rally off 700, like, why are we fading it every single time here? I'm talking about the market when it gets there. And if you remember, like, Intel here we go. Intel had bad earnings, has yet to really make a defined bottom. It's held one higher low at 42 and 42 and a quarter, but it failed to make a higher high. The same top at 43.15 got put in on Friday and then again on Monday. So I think that's a short. And until you show me you can make higher highs, it's still in the penalty box on earnings to short some pops. And you can probably put AMD into that category. I just seriously doubt AMD gets to 180 or 181, where I like it up there because that was previous resistance. More likely that Intel gets to 43.15 than AMD gets all the way up there.
Yeah, I actually have a short in and around 43 for Intel as well. We'll see if it can get up there again. I don't know if it, no, my number one stock yesterday was AMD, but it was not far behind, was Intel. So, and again, trying to be patient. Only 1 minute till the U.S. market opens.
Palantir just tagged a fresh high.
Yeah, Palantir went down to 20 again and then just went back up again. So, all right, 174 here for AMD. But yeah, the story is Palantir. Look at Palantir. It just touched 20.05 again and then just breaks out to new highs. This name's going to rock right here. It's 45 seconds and Adara will be on the bell. So that should be an exciting start to the day. I just looked at Apple. I actually looking at a short now for Apple up at one. I mean, this is breaking. I don't know what's up with Apple right now as the market is higher. Apple's well lower. We want to short Apple at VWAP up here, 187.80 if we get an opportunity. I have no idea where that. There was small imbalances. Remember, we were looking at those, but I don't know. So we'll watch Apple now. We'll watch Roblox for some dips into 39, and we'll get ready to rock and roll now with only 10 seconds. So I will get alphabetically all set up here as we get ready to ring the red. Yeah, because my orders aren't.
Oh, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and ringing it, Adara.
All right. All right. 188. If we
Opening bell has rang on their end.
We're not in Apple. Just
We're actually
all right. Oh, Uber. Okay. This is
938 here.
This is on the stock market. This is on the sticky note right there, going long at 69.
Palantir 50s.
Yeah, I just got out of Palantir, some there at 50, so that was a good one. Or no, we did not. I'm waiting. Oh, it didn't break.
I got 40s.
I'm waiting at 48. So we don't have 48s yet, but that's okay. So we'll wait on Palantir, man. I don't have any reason to get out of that other than what Neil just said up at those levels. So there goes Palantir. But just real quick. Uber, we mentioned that this was at 70, and we liked that fact, but I did say that we could play dip buys in Uber. So we are now into that name on Uber as Chevron is pulling off that 50, so waiting at 48. Slightly wrong. 68.75. We'll buy some more Uber down here if it gets in there.
So like Palantir's drawing back here decently. I was at 46. So just by the skin of the teeth, got to fill there. If it bounces another time off that 20 level, you know it should be.
Another thing I noticed with these spreads, we want little spreads.
On NVIDIA is that starting to pull back off that 200 level. That's not New Zealand, of course. It's on the Nasdaq, Neil. That 685. That's where I'd look for the first initial dip. If the chips
Walt
go
Disney
down immediately, then unfortunately that's going to mean the ability to short the pop is limited in Intel for obvious reasons.
So we just took a yeah. Here comes Palantir, by the way. Good out, I guess.
Where's Apple?
All right, so here comes, we have a big short in Apple. So we talked about, I mean, again, it's came through the backside, so we need to start getting some out. But we just took an 80 short, and we took, it's only a couple hundred shares, but it's still decent. Let's see if it pulls back. I don't just want to take it out now, obviously, but it's trying to get in. So it looks like,
come on, man.
So one last pull on Uber. If Uber breaks below 68.50, like we mentioned, we don't want that anymore. So right now we're long at 71. Let's start to put some offers out there in case we get a pop back up here for Uber, but it is looking a little sick, but this is not looking sick at all. Right now, 40 cents in the money on a decent position. Like I said, you take 500 shares, it's not a bad position. Whatever position you take profits when they lie. So right now, that's what we're trying to do anyways with Apple. Just took a little bit out there. Palantir, good reload at 20. Let's see where it goes. It looks like Uber is going to fail, guys, down here. So I'm going to take a little piece out at 67 if we can. We're only long at 71. And here comes Apple just keeps on bouncing, dude. So be careful. Yeah.
Sorry, not Palantir. I'll get to Palantir in a second. Alibaba just got to 76. And it's continuing to fill in the gap. No. It's at 75.86. So it's cracking underneath that 76 level. Oh, I got a
Uber is huge.
Stupid wicks there. I'm looking for a bounce in front of that 75 zone. So I'm going to, once it reaches to 75.5, I'm going to get a bit of a bid. But Palantir, I just reloaded it and scalped some out, and then it's immediately challenging back underneath. So I'm not in BABA just yet. But Palantir, oh no, it just bounced again. Okay, I'm gonna give this local bottom 1985. I just reloaded in front of 20s. I got a fill at 17s out, so we're going about 1-to-1, taking that 15 cents. But if it can't hold on,
Come
to the
on.
local bottom at 1985, we're gonna have to cover.
That we are really, really monstrous all over the place here again today. Like I know it's not very humbling for me to keep doing this, but like honestly, it's like we just talked about these wins, and when they come in for me, I hope they come in for you. And if they don't, they don't. But like this Uber trade is pretty monstrous for me right now. And then this Apple trade, if it wants to, I'm not even worried about. I didn't reload Palantir. If Apple continues to make a move down, then we're just going to keep on getting some more and more out. And there it is right now. This is a monster trade. We're up already more right now. We're up already more right now today than we were yesterday. That's the kind of day that we're having. And we have Palantir against us right now. What's up, A?
Another earnings name here, nice gap up for Coherent. This one reporting an earnings beat across the board. Good revenue projections for the next quarter as well, up about 17% right now, COHR.
Okay, new position alert should be in a second. Give me the fill. Give me always gets, Rivian. Don't be that guy. All right. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm just gonna move to, never mind. I complained, I just got 90s on Rivian. So I have, apologies, there's a weird gap in here when Rivian broke 15.
So we just put in a trade on Apple
But you know, Rivian in 15.
to the upside. But see this spread, we can't even make any profits until it passes this. That's why we should have made.
Not get lucid, so obviously that never went anywhere near my entry point. But watch out, because Tesla's bouncing. And Tesla's bouncing a lot. Tesla's green in 5, 4. No, just kidding.
3.
It's really not a countdown. It'll get green though, almost any second now. So I gotta watch out for the other EV names. As a matter of fact, when I see that, if I can get anywhere close to the low today, we're just gonna get out on Rivian. No short in Intel just yet, and Nvidia is right at that mid-80s. So Nvidia is in the mid-80s where we're looking for a potential bounce. Once I see it do a little bit of a curl, gonna look for a bounce play. Nvidia failing the 700 level, big time.
I mean, guys, I was like, oh no, Apple was going to take me out. And I was like, no. Instead,
I'm reloaded.
Right up there, 30% winner there for Apple, back down into the downside. And like I said, man, today, shout out to Ice Cube and friends, is another good day, but it could get bad very, very quickly. So let's just start to exit some out. And like I said, if we can just have this kind of a morning and then just add on to it.
Come on, baby.
The day, that is exactly what we will
Come on, Apple.
Right now. You want to talk
What are you going
about
to do for me?
3? How about 1, 2, 3? Where's my guy over here? Here he is. There he is. Because look at Palantir. Look what Palantir's doing. Uber right now, 50 cents in the money. Apple, 30 cents. Palantir continuing, guys. Look where we're long. 1987. Good year, especially for my girl right over here. And she'll tell you why. It's Taylor Swift and Adara. What's up?
NVIV, a little penny stock here in Vivo, getting a nice boost up 150% to the upside. Some caveats with this one. It does have a market cap.
Come on, baby. I like that.
And also a float of about 2.7 million shares. So just some.
Thank you, Oliver.
Here with regards to NVIV, guys.
We'll keep an eye on it, but when the penny stocks are going, you want to be focused on them and sort of them alone. But there's plenty of things doing increased volume. Obviously, Palantir, Alibaba, new position alert for me. That just bounced. I'll zoom in so you can see it. There you guys go.
All right.
So that just bounced in the mid-70s off 75, 75. We like it in that 75 to 76 range, and it's shown you a couple of bounces. There's some long.
It's going to bounce off of that.
Exactly. It's kind of weird. It got it back above, you hit enter, and it just got the even price. If it gets the first $0.50, I want to look to respect that. Rivian, as I said, Tesla is absolutely ripping faces off. It's
really?
Tesla's green now. So Rivian at this point, I'm not saying I don't like the long anymore, but it is adjusting my litmus here. I'm going to have hard stop at 15 even. This is not one that I want to give all the way back up to the pre-market high. If Tesla's going to be
we got up to the 200.
Rivian has to follow Tesla, but I want to respect the fact that
we're looking at the color change.
So looking for the scalp, first 50 cents on Alibaba. and Rivian, just keeping a close eye on it. It's at the money right now. I'm short 90. It's at 90.
We're trading Apple right now.
Yeah, I shorted Tesla here against 182, but bye-bye. It looks like it's going to go to the upside there as we thought we'd hop on this train, but the train seems to be just going choo-choo to the upside right now with Tesla, but we're short at 68. So let's put a bid down here in case it wants to come back down, but it is looking pretty juicy right now up at that 182. We wrote down 182 for a reason. We're going to get out if this breaks back above 182, like 25, something like that. But it's really going. And again, like I said, when you're wrong, you can just get out. Like, so right here on Tesla, this will be about a 50-cent hit, about 60 cents if we're wrong. So willing to hold it out there. We just got to bid.
See how I held this right here? That buy I put in thinking it was going to go the other way. Now it's $4. See, that's where I have to understand that. Kill that thing, man.
I mean, this one was such a reload. It was stupid as we just get out at 40 there. Now we're out of Palantir. I actually had too many orders there to get out. So we are now out of Palantir, and let's see what happens with that one as it's still screaming to the upside. We should still be long, but good couple outs there. And again, that's my bad. I did not mean to be out. So if you're like saying, you know, why is this guy love Palantir but is out, I did put in
Bitcoin is up. Chainlink is up. We're waiting for Alien Worlds to come back up. We've got stops and take profits there.
My style. If it fails this double top, I'm getting out. Now I got it back in on 20. I
Now
want
we
to
get
buy
back.
above
Come on,
20,
baby.
I want them at 19. But if you fail this double top break, then I'm gonna jam out. It's oh my goodness, they filled about 500,000 shares in a single print at 50, and now
there goes Tesla.
And now it's refreshing. So watch out here. Yeah, if it doesn't break through that, I'm just gonna jam it because there's always the break at 50 in play. Come on, go, go, go. It's not really going. By the way, I did get Alibaba that first scalp trade, but this 50 level doesn't look like it wants to hold on Palantir. Yeah, I just took 40s out. Okay, let's go to the Dara. I just got it at 40 because that was a huge refresher at 50. They took half the share
look at that.
Re-upped on that 50. Let's go to Dara, and of course now it breaks.
Volume spike here for GME, just to be cognizant. GameStop trying to run again here of about 3.5%. Not seeing any news on this one, but lots of Twitter mentions just coming in by the second here. Short float of about 20%, so not insignificant here. GME.
I don't think I should kill that yet, man, because that 8 and that 20 is still looking at it as going up. I'm still looking at this to break through. Because look, gonna break through.
Have an L on Tesla. It just kept going. We tried the 82. We did get some bids there. Well, we got one bid at 60 or something as we realized we were in trouble.
So we have 7 open positions.
Sorry, that's Apple.
The rule is 10. We're $12 in the negative PL. We've got a $25 margin float.
That was enough to get me out of that trade. So that was that, and that was bad, but not bad. I'm still happy with it. Here comes Apple screaming back down in. We should take another bid here if we can get it at 77. Put another one back down at 60, and then we'll see if we can fall after that. So there it is. We take a 77 fill. We'll go a little lower. We've just reloaded this 188 short, but it's getting spicy up there. I thought Apple was weaker than the market. It actually turns out it's stronger than the market. So let's stay away from that one as we are wrong on that one. I know nothing about 10X, but I will continue to look at that. Today, Tisha, Apple, Baba, Palantir, Tesla, and Uber, man. That's like the Mag 5 right there. So I'm gonna stay on that right now. Yeah, I mean,
but just so you know,
the account is popping here.
It should be relatively obvious, but the second, like when Tesla broke out, I got out at 15 on Rivian. Like, it was almost at the same moment. This is not breaking highs of the day yet, so I think like there's some leeway here for the short in Rivian. I just might try to take it at this 15
short.
too.
Oh no,
that looks a little bit better to me. So I'm just gonna stay in the pocket here. On Rivian, wait for it to get to the pre-market high. I'm doing the same thing with Lucid. I canceled my offer in front of 330 just to have things calm down and look for the same short, but try to catch it on my terms instead of just standing on the offer in these EV names. Alibaba is still bouncing. It's through the 76.5. That's where we got first out.
50 cents, we got to kill it.
Monster wall of a level. So I think trades go to 70.
Come on, mouse.
And then look for another trade coming out of it. But Palantir, I mean, you saw it real time. Like, I made a plan of action. If it failed to double top at 2050, I was going to get out. So the play was 20 to 2050 a couple of times. 21.85 is the 50 high. I think that's what we want to respect. If Palantir gets there, I would suspect there's going to be a decent size offer. And bye-bye Tesla. Wow.
Yeah, I'm upset about Palantir because we should still be in it.
You could have longed. You could have just taken the 50 break, but I wasn't fast enough.
I mean, we have the bottom of the day. Like, why even get out of that? Like, look at this bid I have, 1980. We have a 1980 bid on Palantir. It's $1 up from there. Absolutely crazy, but we had it. We made money, so we'll step away from it for now. But that was a good trade for sure there. So Apple just broke, but obviously not strongly there. But we've been wrong on. I mean, Apple's my #1 stock, and I mean the funny thing is, look at Uber too. I mean, look at the bottom we have on Uber. We have 68.60 on Uber. It's now 60, and we just got out. So we actually got overfilled. So I quickly went short and got out there. But look, all the way back up. So I mean, we're pretty good here today. We've recommended Palantir long, Tesla short, Alibaba long. We're still in that. Alibaba long is now 55 cents in the money, by the way. So that's going to be a good one. And then Uber again, the long is right there. But Palantir against 21. I mean, probably really stupid to short this name, but here comes Palantir, right up into $21. There's absolutely no stopping this.
Oh, shoot.
So here comes a 21 break. Probably go long, I guess, but we'll see here on Palantir going through 21. Like, wow. Here it goes. I'm going to watch it and probably take this long. How much size was there? Not that it matters. I don't even know. 40? 400,000? Anyways.
That's generally what...
there it is. So there's the pullback. So if you took it once, great, but I don't think Palantir is going to be pulling back for long. Let's just see what happens. I'm looking to get reloaded up there, but it has to fall back into the 50 period.
We're looking at this to come down to this level,
something like that, but we will
make
take
up
a
for
small
this.
break through here on Palantir just to see what it wants to do. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, there you go.
Just a heads up, C3AI is running right now. AI up almost 5%. Not seeing any news on this one, but apparently it is trending on Wall Street Bets today. Has a short float of about 32%, so just keep an eye on AI if you're involved in this name.
So without actually having seen any...
Thanks for
news
joining
on
today.
AI, that should just be Palantir sympathy, and it's got a short float. There's a million shares on the offer, Palantir at 21. So C3, if you're watching C3AI, keep an eye on Palantir. I think if Palantir dumps, you got to watch C3AI. I did jump in right back at the pre-market high on Lucid, waiting for it to make a curl, double top at 26. If it breaks that, I'm just going to get out. The EVs are rallying to the upside. It's a big level on Palantir for that 21 break. It just went now. I'm going to get C3AI shorts. Go ahead. Go to Sean. You got the long, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I don't know if it's going to be any good. We'll see. We just took some out at 7. We're long at... we're long at 21 even. So, okay. That was good. So we can start to get out a little bit more than I thought here as we are long at 21. So let's go, man. Honestly, we took some shares here. So we'll start just to get a little bit out here at 9s and whatnot on Palantir, 6, 7s. All right. Well, we can now hold the rest of this. The pullback there, if we take out this bottom wick of $20.80, which it looks like it wants to do right now, then we'll get out. But we just got out of about half of that trade. So $20, a little bit lower, we'll get out of Palantir if we continue to make lows right there. So we'll average in a little bit more here, down near 90, but for right now, it is failing off 21. I mean, our best out there, I think, was 07s or 08s. 08s was our best out. So, like I said, there's another reload long there in Palantir. Now we'll wait to see if it can fly high. No lie, but so far we don't know this because it's not going any higher. But there's the out, there's the reload. We took some outs there at 98s. We'll wait again for those 08s, 05s, and whatnot. It's Palantir. Told you it was going to be a very, very aggressive name today. I mean, anybody could have told you that. So we'll have to watch out for that. Alibaba's pulling back in, but obviously my attention right now is on Mr. Carpin, friends.
Mr. Ali.
I mean, when the guy makes you this much money, you call him Mr.
Well, exactly. When you're also brave enough to have that quap, which you should. It's like, who do you? My first salvo into... C3AI was just there. I didn't like the fact that Palantir was getting under that 21, but I wanted that fail break. Just to quickly give you an idea, I saw it get to this high on C3AI, and I'm like, okay, let me short that local top. If it makes a fresh high, then I'll get out. But every time Palantir curls, I'd rather be looking at the sympathy name instead. So I'm going to keep it to that on C3AI. if it breaks down. But I got my eyes on C3AI for that. Alibaba did come right back in 276. I'll zoom back in so you can see it.
Somebody just marketed
Looks like it
Palantir
went
up
higher.
15 cents. I've never even seen that.
That's like a
Kathy.
reputation.
That's Kathy Wood. I'm dead serious. I was just watching. No, someone just bought like 3 million shares in one order. I
Wow.
was watching it.
That's not.
Wow.
This was down at. I was just
3
saying,
million.
we're going to get stopped out, and then all this. It was at 20. No word of a lie. It was at 21.80. It went right to 21 immediately.
You
On
don't
that,
see that very often.
I've in 22 years, I have never seen that.
Well,
I have never, ever.
Robin Hood on the earnings day when it
Seen
halted
that.
at the open, I saw it. And then it halted.
So Neil's
and it
seen
halted
that.
30.
But
But then it halted 30 seconds later.
Yeah, I have never not that much volume on a stock. Like that was at least 3 or 4 million shares. Immediately put on the bid, wiped everything out, and carried this thing. So whatever.
That's how the market does, man.
I'm pretty impressed.
That's why
by
people
that. So,
put those bids in.
So we
They
got
knock
out.
you
I'm
out,
ripped up there
close
because
your
we gotta play that
stuff
volume.
out,
And there
piss
it
you
is.
off.
Huge move. We just got out at 21.09. Like I said, man, Mr. Karp, thank you so much. This has been quite the ride. I'm glad to have been part of this direct listing. And in fact, we're wearing this hat today, but here's the
I'm
Palantir.
surprised you didn't wear the hat.
Here's a Palantir investor hat that had some dust and whatnot on it. There it is right there, man. As a Palantir investor, you have to be happy with a day like today.
Oh, it can't be dusty on a day like today. You
we got to dust.
You
that.
got to
We
brush
gotta
that
dust
one
that
off. I think
We gotta
they've
dust
earned
that
it
shit off.
today.
We got to
to
turn that
have
hat into
night.
gold.
But the second, you're now holding again at that 21. I said my plan of action for any retracement on Palantir was going to involve C3AI because they didn't have news. And it just made another top here at the 60 level as Palantir can't hold 21, so I jumped back into that. We already mentioned Alibaba, but I wanted to get to Tesla if you can because the EVs just keep going higher. Got the local out on Rivian and Lucid, but Tesla just tagged 185 and did this little bit of a curl here. So if it's going to break 185 clean, 184.99 is the high of the day on Tesla, and it looks like it wants this one. Challenge of it clean. You already mentioned Apple. We haven't even talked about Meta, but there's a sympathy play to Spotify, and that is Snapchat already broke out. But I got to watch Tesla at this 185 level. Snapchat's already broken. I am looking for a dip buy in Snapchat, but 185 is about to happen here.
I mean, here goes Palantir again, right back to highs. So I'm going to take, I still have shares, man. We just took some out at 21. We're only long at 90. It's not, I'm trying to save some. I just put another offer up here at 08, but honestly, there's definitely a buyer there. But if it breaks that 80, I believe we're gone. I think I was going to give it I'm giving it a little bit more room, but the buyer just keeps coming in at 80, and I'm not going to test it one more time. You can see right here, look, there was someone at 90, it got hit there for 200,000 shares. So whoever was buying,
Volume's insane.
completely still there. So let's just wait for it. Like Neil was mentioning there, the volume is pretty insane on this one. So do I think Palantir can get to $24 before getting smacked? Palantir will...
24?
he said 25, sorry. I don't know why I read 24 there.
Jack Bauer.
Can it get up? I don't understand what you mean before it can get smacked. I don't think this name has any reason to get hit to the downside.
You got to define smacked. What are we talking about? 10% pullback? 5%?
Yeah, something like that at least I would think when people are thinking about it. I would say, yeah. If you're long, I think it's a good story. I think that's just starting. But to get aggressive, to be able to get out, I don't think that there's a problem that if you're long, to maybe get something out. I've been getting out of Palantir out of NVIDIA, out of Meta. You guys have heard this. Meta, we did get some more money to work on Baba, which is pretty good, but still, to get out of NVIDIA and all that stuff at the levels that I did, I'm not out of it, but even to get out of 5% or 10% like I've been doing seems to have been wrong as NVIDIA and AMD just continue upside moves. Sure, it's down 1% today, but who cares about 1%? This name was at $600 3 days ago. So, you try to play the strength there against it. And by the way, we already identified that there was a monster buyer here on Palantir. So, and we're still long at $21. We said this was going to be a big name for us. It's a huge name for us. So let's see where this goes. But so far, so good on Palantir there today. Why have ever gone short? Hopefully no one lost money short on this. That would have been ridiculous. But Palantir just continues to climb higher. We're getting out. So I'm getting out of this name now. We'll hold the rest and see if that holds that 2080 to the moon with Palantir. But I'm already out. We only have about 20% left of that reload right now.
I gotta say, if I have a new rule for myself, it's kind of already been a rule. But if there is a sympathy play, if you want to be a retracement trader or like short the pops or parabolic mover, if you're gonna do those types of shorts, if there is a chance to short a sympathy name over the one that's actually going, then do that 100 times out of 100. Because when Palantir broke that high, I just got 30s out on the AI short at 49. And Palantir broke the high of the day. So we'll get back, we lost the first short on AI and be happy that we did, because it's Palantir that has the news, not C3 AI. Let's go to the desk. We got Adara.
A note here, the stock not super reacting to it right now, but PayPal on watch, PYPL, a researcher from Altimeter Capital releasing a note basically saying time for a radical transformation, saying that PayPal really needs to get more financially in shape, especially with regards to further cuts here, saying that PayPal has too big, too bloated is the word they used. Keep an eye on PayPal after that note, guys.
Welcome to P&D Uniforms and Accessories, where we treat all of our customers just like family. Your one-stop shop for all things uniforms. We carry a wide selection of top-quality uniforms from school to medical scrubs, plus church and choir gear. P&D Uniforms and Accessories have been in business for over 15 years. We are centrally located at 20936 Kelly Road in East Point, Michigan. Open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Give us a call today, 586-777-3801. P&D Uniforms.
Right now, that's
right here. Like, but Tesla needs to carry through. I'm not going long Rivian if Tesla's not holding 85s.
Yeah.
Bump that. Alibaba continuing to go as well, but Palantir, that 52-week high, 2185, that's going to come into play, I think. Pretty sure about that. But if we get there, fair enough. It's not all roses. I'm just going to point out AMD is dying, down 3%. And there's no way. We've seen dip and rip before in AMD, because look what it did yesterday. It bounced off the 171 level. I got 166 down here. I was watching other names, but suddenly AMD at 166 looks very spicy. And we can forget about that Intel short. That's only continuing to go down. So it's a bit of a swing and a miss. I feel like you almost have to be sitting in that short if you want to get it. I'll give another chance at that 185, but Rivian is setting up. If Tesla does it, Rivian's at that key 1520 price.
Yeah, Baba's long off 76 right now. I was just talking about that, and that's going to be a nice one, but let's see if it continues to go. And by the damn way, like, we were long Palantir $20 break. It's now up 28% and at 2150. Like, that is... I mean, if there's reasons, again, we were just joking about this as well, but, you know, on the podcast, we give trade ideas. And I don't know if there's been a day where we haven't talked about Palantir, especially even on the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to everybody for watching. And thank you again. It's just been another one of those recommendations there that hit today. And sometimes, you know, sometimes they'll miss, but we've been talking about Palantir for a while, so we're all googly-eyed off this one, as it might have just topped out. Remember, I mean, again, Neil and I both talked about some of these levels that could come into play. That level is 2190. We just went to 2140 there. Basically that exact top. So we're only in a small piece now. We talked about that, about, what did I say, 20% left. So we're going to try to hold it. But again, good trade. If it breaks 2080, we're out. And I'm not even going to feel any kind of ways about it at all. So that's fine. If that continues to go up, I want to hold it. And then I asked Neil about Rivian as I was already short. So I wanted to hear what his opinion was. I'm just short here at 1523. It only went down there just as we looked at it right now to 18s. So I put a bid at 16. Let's see if this wants to continue to make a move down here. It's Rivian, and again, it's just a nice bump up. I don't like the name, so I'm out of it. So that's what I'm trying. Not that I don't like the name, it's the EV space. So we'll wait to see. If it takes 1530, we'll get out. So I just think it's worth it. The high is right here for 5 or 6 cents worth of risk. I feel like, see, my screen is flickering. I feel like we can pull back to 1505, maybe even 15 as well. So worth the risk, but well understood that if this goes 10 pennies against us, we're out, because the risk to reward on this name right now, especially with our only loser being Tesla today, right there, not really worth holding the bag on Rivian. So that was my thought on that. And the Alibaba trade, let's just let it continue to cook, man. I mean, I think you can get back to 77.
Yeah, remember, there's that big seller at 78. Well, there was one in the pre-market. It's a big level. Once it breaks 77, I'm targeting out between 77.5 and 78. You haven't really had a chance to dip by just yet. Ash just said, any suggestions short on NIO today? Up 8. Remember, the entire Chinese, all the ADRs are gapped up, but you guys can see the chart. Like in front of $6, there's like the 590 level, I suppose. It's already done 18 million shares. I feel like NIO would have done 3 times as many shares today if Palantir wasn't already past 100 million. I think you got that going for you if you're looking for shorts, but I would wait until it reaches one of those bigger highs or something along those lines. I don't want to be fighting that one too much. I do like Lucid is now back at that. We got out of it when it broke the local high. That was at 326 level. And back off and want to wait for it to show another chance at this 335 the last couple of days. So it's at 34. If it bucks this 35 level again, Tesla's pull back off 185. I'm going to go for the short, probably try to get 33s. If we can, that would be the ideal price. Mike Bray saying, let's go SoFi. I don't know where SoFi is because I haven't looked at it yet. I'm looking for an next fill to be in Lucid or maybe C3AI to the short. But I'm hoping it's to the upside on SoFi if you're cheering.
Yeah, probably. I mean, SoFi would make sense today going up because of Palantir.
Yeah.
Just because some of these lower names that have catalysts, like low float, not low floats, but short float. Another very popular. Look at this. Look at Palantir. Look at Palantir. Yes, sir. Wow. Mike Crehan feeling it right now with five memberships. Thank you so much. You, my friend, Mike Crehan, must be a Palantir shareholder. I actually cannot wait until the end of the show here to go into Yi account and see what's up with that on Palantir. Because honestly, man, I bought in so many, I don't even know what my average price is. So I want to go in there, find out, and I will probably take something out. So get ready for that. Oh, there it is. There's Rivian. So again, man, nice move to the downside. It sucks that we'll have an L today on Tesla, but looking pretty good here for RIV to the N as Rivian trying to make more lows here. Into 13, yes, sir. Sign me up, Rivian, if we can get this, man. We know that we're kind of playing against the grain a little bit here with Rivian. So
Tesla pull back $2.
Yeah, okay, good. So we're still him, guys. Oh, Canada. Shout out, man. We've got the hat on. We're feeling it today. We've got the podcast. We've got Mr. Palantir in the building. We've got Alibaba. We're taking the Uber rides around town today. We've got Apple in the pocket. Apple is my top stock. Well, Palantir. Apple's in the pocket today. Yeah, so far so good, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Oh, Canada is right, Frank Jones, as we continue to go. The stupid Maple Leafs last night there, Patrick, losing 3-2 to the New York Islanders. But hey, they're not a bad team. Shout out to Matthew Barzal. That guy's pretty hot fire these days. But anyways, all right, let's go. There's Rivian. Hey, we love dime pieces around here. And there's another one. It's Rivian, and it's brought to you by Trader TV Live. Another one, and brought to you by Rob is a coffee. Thank you so much, Rob, for that one. Palantir now new highs of the day. And we're here again right now. Probably get a piece out here. Let's just do that at 43s there. And that's it, man. Palantir up now 28% and rocketing.
So before we go to happening now, what's crazy is I just realized, and when you're trading individual names, they're doing their own thing. I just realized the NASDAQ broke its lows and is continuing to the downside. I did short Lucid. We'll get to that in a second. We got to get to the desk. We've got happening now.
Slightly positive here on the SPY right now on this Tuesday. Earnings, of course, on watch. Palantir, Spotify, and also after close and before market tomorrow, some other interesting names coming out as well. So definitely stay tuned for those. Could impact the market. Also worth noting, lots of Fed speakers coming today. We have Fed speak at 12, 1, and 2. So lots to keep an eye on. Could potentially be making some moves for the SPY and the overall market as well. In terms of individual movers, Tesla initially trading a little bit lower after a downgrade from Daiwa Capital Markets. Now we're up about 1 1/3%. Note here coming from Choice Hotels announcing that they have an agreement with Tesla to offer Tesla Universal Wall connectors at some of their hotels. Spotify here too, up about 8% after earnings. They did miss on the number side, but they did.
Who was I talking to about that yesterday?
Active users for their ad-supported and premium tiers. Nice look for Spotify. Last but not least, do keep an eye on some of these more heavily shorted names because some of these are running. We had C3AI. We also have GME and Carvana now pulling back a little bit, but up about 5% with a short float of about 17%, guys.
So about that market, Meta is, I mean, we showed AMD already. Meta's at 455. I'm just gonna very quickly give you a 15-minute chart.
What? Have you seen Meta's chart?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Good.
Wow. On that earnings gap up, 453 was the bottom, and then it ran $27 almost in 2 candles on a 15-minute chart. So that's the level. If you're looking at something else, it should be maybe 450 because it's a fat round number. But I'm gonna throw that one up on one of my level 2s because I want to be ready on the chance that we actually get a move into 453. That is dying. AMD, I said 166. We'd look for a dip buy there. Tesla's going to make another run at 185. Got to watch out for Lucid. Alibaba, just so you know, Alibaba kind of continues to just hold this 76, 70 area, you know, as a top and some higher lows. I haven't looked for an ad just yet, but I think it could come into play. I did say I would be more into Pinduoduo, but PDD never came down to my dip buy price. 124 to 125. So unfortunately, no trades there. But it's Meta that's got my attention. If that 453 gets in, I want the long there.
No, I'm feeling you on that one. I actually went over and just shorted Google, which is now nothing. It's 10. Well, we always say we're going to take it. We always say we're going to take a piece out on the dimes, right? And so let's just do that. It's down to 24s now, so it'll be a little bit better if there it is. We get that fill. So again, it is just. But it's temporary on that. All right, I feel like we did good. We got out of half of what we had on Palantir. Neil and I both mentioned, there it is again. It's back up to that level. It went up to that 2150. We had talked about that wick high. We had talked about what it looks like on the daily right there. So I got out of half of what I have left. And now, unfortunately, like Russell Wilson, let's ride. But we're just riding with, like, we don't have, like, Cortland Sutton or we don't have, like, Javonte Williams. We don't have, like, any good players left because we just have very, very light. We have, like, one good player.
They're going to trade one of those.
Maybe we have Jerry Jeudy left on board.
They're going to get rid of him.
Yeah, I know. The Packers wanted him, but now the Packers have a plethora of wide receivers. If they do that, man, I'm hopping off that bandwagon. But okay, I'm not. But Rivian, just quickly here. So we're out of half of Rivian. So that was good. I feel like we're probably going to get stopped out of this. So I'm going to take a little bit more up here because we retraced up, but I want a better price than we currently have. So I'm actually at 27s right now. So if that fills, we're going to get out on a breakthrough 30. We just got some more Google shares. The thing about Google is, I know this seems a little bit strange. It's up today. So like Neil was just talking about Meta cracking and like, apparently I guess some people I heard saw talk. I didn't even look at
What about Microsoft?
I think Microsoft was cracking lower as well. Yeah, so people were talking about Microsoft lower, Apple lower, Nvidia's breaking lower. That's my bad on AMD. We should be short AMD, and I'll give you the level in a minute. So I was just like, okay, well, a name that's been beat up. Like, I'm just trying to talk you through why I chose Google. Like, Google's had a hard time going. It's been one of the weaker names. I mean, everything else seems to be at or near, before 20 minutes ago, their highs. You know, and so Google to me was one of the weaker names. But are we rotating out now of Meta and stuff like that? Not out, but money changing sort of from one name into another. So let's be careful with this Google trade. Maybe it just does moon here against everything else. By moon, I just mean go up. Like, it's already up 0.5 against a negative market. Was not expecting this. So when things don't work out according to plan, it isn't that hard to get away from it. So we will get away from this. Look at VWAP is up here at 64.65. I really think we don't hold this through 145. We'll take another average price in here around 60s, and then we'll wait for 145. But I'm not feeling super confident about this trade as it's
Tesla broke again. Watch out.
Tesla broke higher. Okay, so that's crazy about Tesla.
Which is it's jokes because like
we're in Rivian, but
Tesla breaks the high of the day, and I short Rivian. I go 1-to-1
Here goes
the first
Rivian,
out, then it takes out the top again. One in, one out, and that's just how I'm going to roll. I'm not going to go against like if I see Tesla curl, I'm going to take a short on one of the other ones, and that's what we try to do. But Tesla is absolutely, it's just flat out running. If there's one fail today, it was getting out of the C3AI short at 25.30. That got all the way down to 25. Like when Palantir's turning, this is much, much weaker on sympathy. So the next time I see Palantir pop into the high, if it fails, I'm going to go back to the well with C3AI. Let's get to the desk. We've got Adara once again.
Tons of movement happening in this Advantage Technologies, jumping up and down about 20%. Just right now here, this one is a penny stock. Yesterday announced that it will be delisted from the NASDAQ, but also worth noting because this one has a market cap of just over 500,000 and a float of just over 900,000 shares. So really worth keeping an eye on this if you're going to get involved. Definitely be careful, guys.
Tesla is so
AEY. Yeah, so, all right. So in one trade that worked and one trade that didn't. So there's Google, nice little fall back in, man. We took a piece. We were sitting there at 30. We got to fill on that. We didn't get more shares. We could have used the 50 period. I think we'll sit there now at 54 on Google and see if we can get something up there. But ultimately, the price that we wanted was 60s. What is that from? There's like little.
We've got movement on our Santos.
Is it falling from?
So hopefully we'll be able to salvage
There's like little pieces.
some of the day today.
Tape, but it's plastic. I don't.
It's a little.
It's all good. All right, so, all right, so we just talked a little bit about Google. We want to do that. Yeah, nice from Randy. All right, so we'll wait for that. Nice fall back down in here for Google. So this is the trade that we want. Pretty happy with it here on that short. We will look to get more short on something. Uber, I'm seeing it on the chat here that, okay, so Uber went right into another reload level there for us, but I'm trying to look short now, man. I mean, this market is breaking. I don't want anything.
I want Intel short.
I don't want anything. Yeah, exactly. I don't want anything. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I don't want anything to do with longs. That's for sure. So right there, we'll just hit it again and spin it.
Oh!
So Google right there just goes right into the pocket. It's another 20-cent winner.
Wonder where we closed it at.
By Sundar Pichai and the family over there at Google.
310.
Thank you so much for that.
Could have got some more.
There, man. Maybe we'll switch over to a Pixel and I'll come back into the crew right there. Google with a nice move back in. Hell yeah, man. Today, once again, is another good day. Yeah, Baba short. Yeah, maybe.
I'll be real. Like, I feel like this happens every single day where the initial move, and it didn't happen yesterday because Intel actually gave it a little bit of a bounce at the open, but the initial move, you had to be sitting in the Intel short. So first available pop was at 940. We were obviously looking at some other things at that time. You guys all know that. The second pop was right in here to this double top 42.35. And if you find a consolidation bottom, that's generally the setup. It's like wherever it consolidates, if you're looking for the stairs down, just take the stairs down. Because the market is falling right now. Like, I know Palantir's up a bajillion %, and there's some other squeeze names going, but like it's weird because it's like
that
Bob isn't the money.
bajillion.
But like, look at the NASDAQ. Like, we're cracking down. Like, had to find something short. So you go back to the well. Okay, what's the thing that you've shorted most days? Usually it's a firm or Intel. Today it'll be Intel right back into the low. Like, you go into the second it makes a top, look how quickly it retraces to the bottom. And so the other thing I wanted to look at was a firm.
Sky is falling.
This is actually strong today. Let's stay away from the Affirm short, at least for now. Why is Affirm strong? Probably because of these squeeze names are going higher. That's my guess. So Affirm, wait for 44. If it's going to be strong relative to the market, wait for the best level. And above 42, that's a big gap. That would be 44.
Got a nice move on Bitcoin.
And Meta, if the market continues to fall, that 453 could come into play right quick. Ooh, I should have taken that coffee. Rob came by. I was like, oh, I'm good. But it's only 10:10.
Problem is my other two coffees are half full. I don't drink them all. All right, so it's funny that we only have 2 red names today, and they're both Rivian, and they're small. But, well, Tesla was decent. Rivian was what it was, and then Tesla, thank God we only had 100 shares, and we wound up losing about 50 cents. So, you know, $50 down there on Tesla, well within the pocket. All right, you know, Neil mentioned...
So that pocket he's talking about is his maximum loss per trade. That's what we'll be going through.
Because it went down into 144, and we took a bunch of fills there. We took some at the bottom of the day, which is right here at 10s. That's where we got a lot of our fills. And then I believe we have an 06er in 07 we got as well. So we'll hold on to that.
We'll keep this Bitcoin for long.
Let's just do a little bit of a look on
We'll keep this chain link for long, for actually this short. Actually, we should see about getting rid of that.
If you sold NVIDIA any other day other than this morning, you probably sold it too early. I mean, now it's starting to finally go down. We'll wait to see. But here's the NASDAQ here for a longer-term play. 17.8, we talked about it hitting its head up against that. And if it failed it, then this is what was going to happen. So that's obvious. Now you're running into 17.580. So again, that's where the 200 period is. We're below VWAP. We're below the 50. We're below everything else. We're below support up here, resistance up here. Now we fall into support. And, you know, 17,500, this realistically is right here. So another 100 handles down is what I think right now before you get any support. So you could drop another 100 here. And if we do that, then we're all good on that one. And we'll wait to see what happens. We were short Apple. Obviously, that's possibly going to get back in right now for me here on Apple. We made the mistake. We didn't make any mistake. Apple is going to be a top name because we hit that short early. But, man, that went all the way to 189.
Apple's coming up.
So look at Apple, guys. I'm debating a long. It's just, can we go long?
Yeah, I'm going long.
A lot of support here. The 200, the 50, the VWAP, everything is right here right now. So that could be a really, really good one coming through. But guess what just happened? Neil's probably still in it, so that's good. So let's do this. That's not that. It's this. There we go, man. $1 for Alibaba. 76 long, up to 77, man.
So that's $100.
We're on the sticky note. This is a newer position in my account. And again, you want to talk to finally, I feel okay. Rotating out of something to put money in somewhere else. We got it into BABA for now, but I'm still not loving the whole Chinese rhetoric and everything. So
by the time it's made a bottom, you won't be able to have gotten the bottom. So it's like...
No, I bought 72s. I mean, I wasn't... Their report is tomorrow, which could absolutely be disastrous. So we'll wait on it. I have no idea. I think
it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really... It's a long-term play.
Because if you're buying Alibaba on its like valuation, then you got to hold. So Palantir, I was about to say, because I'm looking at C3AI. I told you guys my plan of action. If Palantir fails the 52-week high, I paid for locates on C3AI, which is up because Palantir is up. Just to keep in mind here, C3AI has a 37% short float. They report, hey, look at that, February 28th. So the second last day of the month because it's a leap year, which my daughter reminds me of every single day. I don't know why she loves the leap year so much.
Because it's unique.
I know, but she's like really...
Everyone loves leap year.
She's like way too into it. Like, you'd think you were born that day, but you're not, sweetheart. You were close, but not quite. So C3AI looking for the curl. Palantir is 25 cents away from a 52-week high. If it gets there and turns, then I want to look at high of the day retracement on C3AI. And by the way, Intel just bounced, not bigly, but right off the lows, right back into this 42.35. That's a strong bounce. I might get out if it breaks out this local high, and it does mean, yeah, Meta, maybe we won't see that 435 after all, for 453. It just bounced off 454. I don't want to have missed this bottom because it wicked $1 away. So if I get a second shot at this, I might try to take it off of the local low here on Meta. I like the bounce off that earnings level, but 53 might have come and gone, or the bounce near 53 might have come and gone.
All right. I'm just going to, it's a new position. I said I don't want to go long, and I'm long Disney here.
Market's bouncing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, shout out to my wife who just hopped in my personal chat and goes, oh, it's okay, don't worry about losing on Rivian. She wants a Rivian. I'm like, well, then I should be winning on Rivian. Like, I mean, the more I lose on it, the further away we are from acquiring a Rivian. Like, I don't, so shout out to my wife, I love you. We'll try to make it back on Disney here a little bit.
Shouts out to his wife. See, his wife's even participating.
Yeah. Well, trust me, the amount of shares that I'm shorting there is not it's not bankrupting that company.
Oh.
Such imagination, but all right. Anyway, shout out. Thanks to Marissa again for streaming all the pods and all that kind of stuff as we go, and working on some of the. She does all of my, not all of them, but some of the cooler social media posts that I put up there on Instagram.
Getting
So
cold
thanks
outside.
for that,
36 degrees out
all
and
right,
sunny.
We do have a new Instagram. We do have a new social media team working on it. So leave your comments and all that kind of stuff. Go check it out on Instagram at Trader TV Live. I don't think they're over on TikTok yet because there's a lot of people impersonating your guy over here. So we need to get that all settled out. But for right now, unless they are posting on TikTok, are they yet, Brendo?
I don't think so. They are?
Okay, so they are on TikTok. So there you go. Thanks for that one, Ramin. So go find that out. So I guess we must have got that account back. Do not follow any TikTok accounts that claim to be this guy because we ain't over there. All right, so there it is. Let's go Disney. We said we'd wait for it, man. Let's see if we can get back up to the upside. It's not necessarily giving us any money yet because it's not breaking through 97. I'm offering 97.03s because we just stopped there. Let's get going to the upside. Let's see if we can hold this one as we're pretty cooking right now. Baba's that.
Thanks for
man.
joining.
And look at Palandam Tier. I mean, this name just is like, okay, up to 20, as Neil mentioned there, up to 2160 and absolutely cooking right now, man. There goes Disney. Let's go cook, Disney cook, man. Your report comes in a couple days, and hopefully it's going to be a good one. That's DI to the S. It's Disney.
Yeah, it's still a big week of earnings and lots of earnings to come through. If Palantir gets to that high, you know my eyes are on C3AI. Someone just said, can you short that top on Palantir? If you want to, sure. I'd rather, it's up to you. I'd rather watch it fall, and I am keeping eyes on Palantir here as it climbs look at how steadily it's climbing.
Disney,
that's not out of control. 2185, if it turns at that 52-week high, then I'm going to look for the first available opportunity to short in C3I that sets up. That's my plan of action. Everyone, you can always just sort of do you. I just reloaded Intel. So it made a bit of a bounce off the low of the day, came back underneath that 30 level. It might take out that 35. There you go. So give it to the local high. Once it breaks, I'm jamming out of it. That'll lead me back to Alibaba. It hasn't really carried through 77, but it's holding above 77. Now I think you're looking at the VWAP dance on Alibaba. It's holding VWAP rather nicely. I think that could be the next level to work into on Alibaba. I haven't really liked the dip buy because it's still... I wanted it to break the opening range and show me strength above it. Now that it's doing that, I think going into something off VWAP is going to make some sense. So Palantir gets close to that 2185. I got out of mine probably too early, and I'm looking for that short, as I said, on C3AI. We're not going to get meta 453 anytime soon, but we still like that level for the dip. You want to be patient, and obviously there's a lot of opportunities, Palantir, to make some good money this morning. But if you're going to short that one, good luck to you. Just always have an out. That's just my advice. Always have an out.
Guys, this is like more than 10% in the money off that fill. We've obviously gotten more, and it just shows you our last price. So right there on Palantir. And Neil's not wrong, man. Any out that you've had on Palantir so far has been too early. I mean, and I'm only holding a small piece. I wish.
Just don't short without a stop.
That's what I was saying. I don't think you should short, period. But yeah, up against 22. Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly right. If there's a stop, go for it, man. But all right, Disney broke, and believe it or not, man, we've got 6s, 7s, 8s, and 10s out for Disney. So it broke above, man. We scalped some out. We're out of 60% of it. That's how much I didn't believe in the longs here today. Out of 60% of Disney, as we are at our highest spot so far here today. Thank you for rocking with us, man, and we may go casual looking even more often here if we could put up days like this. So feel good, trade good, over to the desk with some more good.
Small caps IWM actually doing a little bit different from what we saw yesterday morning, down about 2% yesterday morning. Now we're actually, seems like we may be making a bit of a top here, but still up about 0.7% here for that Russell 2000 small cap ETF. In terms of individual movers, we have this Karyopharm Therapeutics KPTI. Yesterday, as you can see, we had a good day yesterday as well. There were some rumors circulating around that there could be a potential buyout candidate or a takeover possibility for this KPTI. EHang also on watch here. Not seeing any specific catalyst on this one. Few social media mentions here, a little bit discussed on Twitter, and this one does have a short float of about 13%. So something to keep an eye on here. EH, the ticker for EHang. Last but not least, Zenvia making some nice moves to the upside here, up about 40%, addressing some financial concerns and its EBITDA guidance for 2024 here. So lots of these small caps running around right now, guys.
Let's go right now, man. Disney blowing up. Palantir new highs. Google sending to the downside. Alibaba's $1 in the money. Damn, Daniel. Like, what is even happening today? This is, again, just another, oh yeah, it's a day that ends in Y, my bad. But here we go, man. This is like, again, having fun, trading. Like, this is why it's been 22, 23 years in the making. My career. And the thing is, man, I'm so glad to be back on the trading side. Like, I was on the coaching side, the training side, the development side, the corporate side, and then now spurned by passion, fueled by you guys, we come back in here and just start to do a little bit of this. And there it is right now. It's another one here today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We just got some more out on Google. Like, as if we pick a name to shorten it, Tank City, and then we pick a name to go long. We just got some more out there on Disney up at the upside, 10s and 8s, as we continue to climb. And then, yeah, man, we have Palantir right now. And this has been, I mean, it's just been that day. Plus a $1 in the money on Alibaba. What's up, Shooter McGavin? Let's go, man, on that one. And, you know, I don't know, the next thing up for us, I guess, is just to join the Live Tour.
Yeah.
But how can I do the
Happy
Live Tour
Gilmore.
this, you know?
Peter McGavin.
Waiting for the agent to call. I guess I got to get an agent first. Any agents out there? Hit me up. Twitter, @TraderTVSean.
What the hell's going on with Live? I thought there was supposed to be
I don't know, I'm waiting for that phone call.
There was supposed to be that deal between them and LPGA. You guys were the golf fans. I thought you guys would tell me. But look, Palantir did make a 52-week high. Not break. I actually have it tagging 2185 exactly. So when that happened, the second I saw it turn there, I just punched short on C3AI. That was the plan. I got 74s. The high of the day sits at 85, so that's 12-cent slippage worth of risk. Once we get into the 50s, that'll be just a little bit better than 1-to-1. I can actually be sitting on the bid where it is right now. So that was the plan. Obviously, Palantir, you could go into Palantir off that 52-week high. Or to me, go into the sympathy name. Like I got out of it way too early. But 2185 was the 52-week high on Palantir, and that's the reason I like that short. Ozan, we did discuss Eli Lilly a little bit pre-market, but not a heck of a lot. And Eli Lilly actually broke 700 clearly yesterday. Made a bit of a rally to the upside and then pull back. They did have, the earnings were, obviously they're good. But there's a little bit of sell-off going on. It's filled almost the entire gap in. I think maybe you can have a look at the 700 level. It closed at 06s with a 95 bottom in the afternoon. So somewhere in the middle is that 700 level, worth a watch there on Eli Lilly. Not much of, it's not a day trading stock that I'm a huge fan of, so I won't jump into it. Love it in the long term, all that good stuff, but I don't think I'll be day trading that one. In the midday, I know where Daryl will. So I'm just going to ring the register 2158s. On C3AI as Palantir pulls back just a little bit. The other thing was the market making fresh lows. I went right back to the only other thing that I was shorting, which was Intel. Get wicked out. You know the plan of action. If I make the top wick, it usually means I should be getting back in if I like the short. Not always. But sometimes if you make top wick and it immediately starts failing again, then that's the short you like, then don't try something else. Just go back to that one, and that one is Intel. Down 1% as the NASDAQ's only down 0.5%. Meta's just broken 55. So that 53, maybe we will get that 453 after all on Meta. But the new position is not really new. It's just back into Intel at essentially the same area.
All right, guys. Just messaging Neil and Brendo here because I just got 3,000 impressions. I don't know if that's high or not on LinkedIn this past week. So thank you again for supporting everything around here.
Please support me in my channel and my endeavors, please.
Up as much content for you guys as possible. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You can You can
Yeah,
unsubscribe
like
or something like that. But right now, okay, so we are out. We just got more out on Disney there, right there at 03s, 02s there, as it started to break a little bit lower. So we're going to have to watch out now. We just took a major out on Google as it just like cranked lower. I was looking over there. And again, I don't have a problem admitting that I'm a P&L chaser. So that's fine. Like, you know, once it gets down into the money and I'm just like, what the hell's going on? It's just like why I'm noticing what's happening here with Disney. The good thing about Disney is, like I said, we only have about a third, less than that, a quarter of our position left on Disney. But it's coming right back into a level here. Where I was, let me just check my stop. I thought it was 80s or so. Actually, see, it canceled again. Like, I don't understand. All right, so the low of the day here, Disney looking pretty sick. We didn't want to go long, which is why we got out, right? And we picked on the Google short, which Google now is, again, another top name, so I can't complain. Yeah, 96.75. So I'll try again here, I guess, and I'm going to put a 96.75 out on Disney, and we'll try to get a little bit longer down here, okay? So that'll be that, but again, the market's pretty sick. I'm glad that we picked on Google on the short, but honestly, like AMD would have, I don't know if AMD would have been fine at that point because it is starting to come back. Nah, not really. So there's
my butt's starting to get sore.
So yeah, that's pretty sweet. We're
Sitting in
looking
this
for
chair.
period bounces, by the way, and that was one right there.
Have to get me a cushion.
Missed opportunity on that, and that's part of why we picked on Google. We went over there, we saw the 50, we saw VWAP, and we knew that Google had been weak the last couple days. I was surprised it was up. So yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of being able to sit here. You can pick on, and I say that, you know, you can pick whatever name you want, is what I'm getting at. You're not married to one or two positions here, so you can get out. Why are you mentioning Roblox? Just real quickly, Neil, here. Why is someone, yo, what's up to Rough Franny? Oh, damn, Rafrani. Rafrani, why you have to bring this up to me? No, we wanted Roblox dip buys, but again, my bid's still there, 39.25. But yeah, that does not appear to be hitting right now, Rafrani. So yeah, good call on Roblox, I guess, but we don't have it. So a call is only as good as your execution, and we don't have it right there. But we do have Palantir, we have Google, Disney, and Baba. But the market's falling back in here. I'm going to start to protect my neck and protect some of the longs. So there's Disney. We just got filled. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think you got, this is that time of day, 10:30 just about to hit in a second, but I just got.
We're at 10:38. We'll be shutting down at 11, and then coming back at 1 p.m. So I do appreciate you being here with me. That's about 15 to 20 minutes.
You want to make sure you're grabbing your profit where it lies. Baba, I really thought this was extending to that 78 level. Like I said, there was a monster seller in the pre-market just sitting around at 78 for no good reason when the stock was trading. And this was early at like 76.5. So I felt like, hey, gravity heads toward that. It's a big level on the daily. VWAP is a potential retracement for Alibaba. I am still short the C3 AI as Palantir is pulling back. I want VWAP in here, retracement back into VWAP. Although I still say it's VWAP, but if we get,
we are just using simple moving averages. You have your 200 simple moving average. Your blue one is the 20 simple moving average, and then the orange or gold or yellow is your 8 moving averages.
Hey, let's go to the desk for something that we have not really talked about today. What is going on in the world of crypto, Adara?
Disney.
About time. Thank you.
There's actually some stuff going on in the world of crypto right this second. Janet Yellen speaking and saying that they've identified gaps in digital asset regulation and that they would welcome efforts by Congress to create regulatory frameworks for stablecoins. So interesting notes coming right now from Janet Yellen. In terms of Bitcoin itself,
Janet
just
Yellen.
right above that 43,000 area. So nice little move up here. Still very much a bit in a range from the start of January to now, just around that 42, just below 43, just above 43. Right now, though, not too much happening in general with these cryptocurrencies. Again, pretty mixed. Bitcoin, yeah, like I said, just above that 43 now, we're 43,250. Ethereum nicely above that 2,300, trying to get to that 2,350 area. Rest of these pretty mixed, a little bit up and down. Cardano down about 0.5%, Avalanche down about 2%, Solana down 1.5%. Not a lot of positivity in these names, actually, with the exception of the two major ones, Ethereum and Bitcoin, guys.
I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. Wow. Guys, I mean, Disney just, what's up, Crazy Stitch lady? Wow. All right. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when you got Mahomes throwing you the ball, it seems like a little bit of a cheat code here. So I don't know who's throwing me the ball. This is starting to go back up to the upside, man. And we're starting to really read some of these plays quite nicely, man. I mean, that Disney, we just reloaded that, and now it's 25 cents in the money. It's like there's some traders that, like we've had Apple today, huge trade. Alibaba's $1 in the money. Disney right there just reloaded a quarter. The only short that we officially took after the Apple short was Google, which is a monster. Palantir, I mean, let's just do this. It doesn't matter. And then we had some shorts here that worked and then didn't. So the only, like, this is what we're going to be red on, you know, and then Tesla as well. Like, I'm proud of all of these trades. I'll take reds on those all day, baby, if we can come over and do the kind of stuff that we're doing. Like, look what Disney just did. Like, on a reload right there, we're up immediately. Well, we'll just punch out a little bit there at 12s. But there it is. What else? That's the bottom. We had the bottom here, and now we have the bottom again, just playing off of day's low. So it's about having the right names on the radar. And right there, you know what's going on. What's up, Crazy Stitch lady, and everybody else that's there in the chat. I just hope that real sees real. We've talked about real trading, and I mean, all of these trades have just been easy to follow. The only trade that I was really in and out of pretty quickly on was Rivian, but that was still a trade that took from 9:54 to 10:10. So that was still 15 minutes that you guys could have decided yay or nay with this trade, and it was a really small hit. Everything else, man, we've been pumping the Palantir long from time. We only have 5% left. We talked about getting out of half of what we had there. So we have a small piece left. And then everything else has been pretty simple, man. The Alibaba, as it was written on the sticky note, the Apple short was early, man, and that was a pretty easy one there. Uber was written down as well. Wow, Uber, come on, dog. Look at Uber right now. I mean, this is what I mean. The only thing that I have to do is learn to hold a little bit longer and use more shares when it's written down on said note. What's up, A?
GE Healthcare, another one on the move today. Really strong volume throughout the day, up almost 11% after a really strong earnings beat across the board here. GEHC, guys.
Good.
That's right. Shout out to GE Healthcare. I'm a happy shareholder of that name. I'm not going to hate it at all. You'll see I'm out of C3AI. Plan is a plan, Stan, and VWAP is a thing. Higher lows all the way through. Higher low off of here, and then a higher low again bouncing off VWAP. We told you guys what the plan of action was. When Palantir got to the top, it was pretty simple. 2185 was a 52-week high. Clearly, you could short Palantir. That was a bit of a freight train. I just felt there's no reason for C3AI not to pull back, and if it was a sympathy play, shorted it to the top, and then just got in, got out, Bob's your uncle as well. Meta, I ran to the can, and 453 happened. And the wick, it's true, this is real, like it did wick down to 50.
You can't run to the can. I found that out, man. I went to sleep and woke up in hell.
Consolidation, accumulation, it doesn't really matter what you want to give it. I tried to grab 55s on the way back up. I want Meta long in here, and if it's not going to be down to 53, I'm moving it to 55. I don't need that bit anymore. Moving it into 455. See if we can grab that long. So the short for me remains, I'm still in Intel, but that C3 on any push up in Palantir. I got some more out intel on that higher low because it keeps challenging VWAP. I'll wait till it tests VWAP for any kind of a reload, and it's time to get the out on Alibaba. It's broken 77. If it gets through the pre-market high, it needs to challenge that 78. There was no dip buy into VWAP for me, so it didn't quite get to VWAP. Unfortunately, sometimes you get the fill you want. Catching that trend, it never gave me. I wanted it after it bounced VWAP once. I wanted it bouncing the second time. I wanted VWAP established. It didn't really do it the second time, so we're just going to hold on to what we got. Look for that 78 top. I will trail it on any failed break of those pre-market highs at 77.25. Make sure we lock in that dollar at that point. So let's be patient. If Palantir makes another run, I'll still go for C3AI on the short side. Oh, there is something else. that I
No, it's okay.
There's something else I want to get
are
to.
you
It was
going?
SoFi, because I know
Yeah.
a lot of people were mentioning SoFi having a great day. I'll stop to fail on SoFi because that 750 thing happened again, where it bounced off 750. Yesterday it was like kind of over under and then went. Today it dipped right into 750 and ran higher. But you can't chase the trade that's already happened. All you can do is move on to the next. I'm just going to point out this is 795 here, and then you got an $8 resistance level. At this time of day, I'd look for the scalp short, risk a couple of cents off that 805 if it gets up there, and then just look to play a small retracement. Maybe you get VWAP or something along those lines in SoFi.
So we'll just take 40 cents out on Disney again on the reload. And like I said, man, look, it's going to be what it is, man. Not every day everybody's going to be able to be green or red, or red, I guess. If you don't trade, you could be neither, I guess, or you could be flat. And yeah, it's just some days things work out, and recently it's just been one of those days. So, all right, yeah, what I am noticing right here as people are mentioning, yo, Palantir's back to VWAP. Yeah, yes, it is. All the way back there. Like I said, it's not doing anything other than a simple retracement, but it looks a little bit more dramatic because of where we've come from. Let's try to buy some 92s here then on this name. There it is. So we got that. And then we'll hold this against that break of VWAP. And if we break through VWAP, then we could be done. That's 75. So we'll wait for that. I mean, look, we've been, like I said, when you step up to the plate and they just all look like fastballs, then you should just keep swinging. So that's what we're doing right now today. Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to be Javier Baez.
And we are, needless to say, very much in the zone. So, all right, so 20.75, if it breaks it, we're gone. Palantir fading back out a little bit. Again, this is not the confidence that we had in this name earlier. So there is something called profit taking, and if that's what happens, that's what happens. So there it is. Okay, well, we just get a piece out at 89 there off that dip buy. We'll see if we can get it. And like I said, man, there come a couple fastballs right down the middle. So if we can hit it again, we'll do that. But right now, we're sitting in Palantir. We're long just at 85 right now. So let's wait, see if it gets back up to the upside. We just did take some out, but there it is, 91s. So here we go, man. Another trade right there. So yeah, all seems to be well over here. But Palantir, again, breaking through 75, and we're gone on that one. If you're long Palantir, I advise maybe a pushback through VWAP is generally not a healthy sign. So we'll wait, and that's going to be our out. And if we could take profit, we'll do that as well. So again, we'll put another 90 fill and see if we can get that. There it is. As we wait for, see, there's just so much liquidity, it's nuts here. And so far, a good little move upside for Palantir off that reload, but more to come, hopefully.
Yeah, Meta just came over under that 55 level. I'll show you, my chart didn't load properly, so I have to show you my black chart here. Did this little over under. Thought you might be headed to the 53 level again, so I jumped in and out. I might jump in again and give it a little bit more room because I think you're going to have to, but it's 53 that I really like, but I'll show you the execution. This is what I meant by some of the data going. I'm going to jump back in here, give it a few more shekels, give it 50 cents instead of like 20. But it's that 453 level that I think is the bigger one on Meta. It is trend to the downside, and I am looking for a reload. Before we go to Adara, I am looking for the reload here around VWAP on Intel. That's the short that we like off VWAP. But it is time for Sector Watch. Let's see what else is moving despite instead of just big tech and Palantir and all the good stuff. Adara.
A lot of really interesting stuff happening in the sectors today beyond the big tech and chip weakness. Let's talk about health technology. Really strong, led here by Eli Lilly after its earnings, though it has pulled back a little bit from those earlier gains. Consumer services a little bit more mixed here. Retail trade a bit more mixed, but certainly worth talking about energy minerals, a little mixed to positive here. Consumer durables, Tesla actually leading this group to the upside. We did have a downgrade from Daiwa, but we also did have some positive news with Choice Hotels choosing some Tesla wall connectors there. Transportation really strong. Couple names to note here. Uber on watch ahead of earnings tomorrow, and also UPS worth noting, getting an upgrade from UBS. So these two very strong as well. We also have process industries and health services on watch to the upside, guys.
banger there on Palantir. It just went to $21. That's another 20 cents. It's like stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks right now. So we'll start stacking again on that one. And so now we're almost, honestly, man, we're almost out of it. Like, the best I thought we could get to is 20. I'm waiting for this now, 21.25. But if we break lower on this, then that's not fine. You know, we want, like I said, man, we are unable to get out of any of this during the show. I said that after the show I'd log in and see what kind of account
Where we at?
and what kind of damage we have
Where we at?
on this name.
Okay.
We will do that. But,
Thanks for joining me
for
today.
Right now, it's going. It's Palantir. It's been a good day. for us.
We're approaching the 11 o'clock hour. We will be taking a break, and we will be coming back at 1 p.m.
I have 40 fills.
Here we
on
go.
Palantir.
But like when you're trading our personal accounts, we don't do it live while we're on the show. That's just it's just our decision. I don't think we've actually been told we shouldn't do it, but it's just what we decide to do.
It is a compliance issue.
It is?
You can have an order out in your personal account, but you should not be
Cannot
trading.
be actively trading.
Yeah, you can't be actively trading it. Like you can put, if I put a sell order on
Palantir.
Intel at X price limit in my personal account, if it happens to hit a day that I'm day trading it, so be it. But I'm not going to put that order in while we're live trading. I just said Intel because I'm in Intel, and I just happened to reload it just now. As you were saying, that Palantir dropping down.
Yep.
C3I is at VWAP. So my eyeballs are here. If Palantir makes a leg back into those 20s, I want to look for a VWAP fail on C3AI. It hasn't happened yet, but that is what I'm looking for next. You already know Alibaba's going. I have a trail on Alibaba now if it doesn't hold 77. And then the new position was Meta. Oh, the chart's a little bit better now. I have the stop now at 45. Sorry, 454.50. And give it like just over 50 cents there. A little bit more reasonable off those levels. I like that 453, but you gotta get there first. So new position is not a new one, it's just an old one. Back into the consolidation bottom on Intel. Tobes with Snapchat, they report.
I like some Snapchat.
I don't know, it's just kind of holding VWAP here. This isn't bad. It's stair step up off 17. I don't mind that. I kind of like this look actually on Snapchat. Room to the 18 level, which is a big break on the daily. This looks, hey, Toby, this looks good. Oh, sorry, Tobes. My bad. I don't know if it's actually Toby. Tobes, this looks pretty good off VWAP here because look at the clear support at 17 even. You're getting VWAP at 10s, 10 cents worth of risk. It's got a decent short flow. There's a lot to like here.
All right. So we will conclude our Palantir trade with a bang. We were able to get out for profit, obviously on the upside, and then it broke down and we lost our 6 cents on a 75 break. So, to get these out, you can see these outs. We talked about them. Our best out was 96s or 98s as it went right. Looks like 95 actually or 96. We can zoom in and find out exactly if you want. But there's the pullback. Yeah.
Okay, folks, there we are. We are going to take a small break and get our lunch. We got to go run to the mailbox. We got mail we got to deliver and doing errands and stuff like that. So thank you for joining me today for the morning session of Living Legacy Live. We're going to be coming back to you, and on today's show, we are going to be discussing the power of unlocking Bitcoin in 2024. So stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, share, do your thing to help the channel grow. And that's it. And we will see you back here at 1 p.m. Thanks now.